This podcast is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find other great shows on the network, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. That's deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Hey everybody, this is Chase from Barrel Age Flicks. Go ahead and check out our Patreon for raw, uncut footage and early access to all of our episodes. The link is in the description, and it's only $5 a month. Thanks for listening.
It has been buried for thousands of years. A mystery. A secret. A threshold to the future.
Where'd you find this? I've never seen anything like this.
One man will break the code and open the door.
Well, this should read Stargate. It was in front of us the whole time.
The other will lead the way.
Why are you here?
I'm here in case you succeed.
Jackson has identified the seventh symbol.
Backup storage, reserve power, on.
What is it?
It's your Stargate.
We've opened a doorway to a world we know nothing about.
Beam has locked itself onto a point somewhere in the Kalium galaxy.
It's on the other side of the known universe.
Your turn now.
They prepared for danger.
Begin final evacuation.
They expected the unknown.
Stabilizing system.
Initiated commencement sequence.
But they could never have imagined this.
What a rush. Stay right here and shoot anything that comes down that ramp. Your job here is to realign the Stargate. Can you do that or not? I can't. What the hell is going on? My orders were simple. Track down signs of any possible danger. Well, I found some.
I can't make it work without the seventh symbol.
We have to abandon base camp!
You got 7 minutes.
Now, the most amazing discovery of our time
Jackson, wait for me.
is about to become the most extraordinary adventure of all time. Kurt Russell, James Spader, Jay Davidson. Stargate. A Roland Emmerich film.
Welcome to Barrel Age Flicks. This is Ron. Somebody punish me, please. And in the show we have... Hey, this is Stu. Get in my jelly belly. Also including...
Hey, this is Ragnar.
Vagina and Tata. What a scary phrase.
And finally... Fuck you, Chase!
Yeah, fuck me. All right, hey everybody.
What is up, guys? Welcome to BAF.
You almost fucked that up, sounds like.
Season 4.
Not at all. Almost. Season 4.
Fuck.
Second episode, well, actually third episode
Fourth
of the
year.
And we are starting with sci-fi with Stargate, which is...
Oh no, this is going to be a fucking nerd fest, man.
Yes, it
This
is.
going to be awesome.
Stu is hosting this one. This was released October 28th, 1994, directed by Roland Emmerich, a new BAF Hall of Famer. Other movies that we have done with him is Midway and The Patriot. Other movies he's also done is Godzilla, 2012, Independence Day, and the sequel, which was fucking god-awful, Universal Soldier.
Wasn't that bad?
Yeah, he did Universal Soldier.
That was a fun movie.
That's a fun movie. The Day After Tomorrow.
Dolph Lundgren, right?
Moonfall.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I want to make sure I said it right.
And Van Damme.
You guys seen White House Down?
Yes.
Yeah. And also...
And all the sequels.
And 10,000 BC.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
I've never seen it. It didn't... I heard it was horrible.
He does great visuals.
Yeah.
He does really great visuals.
It might not be a great movie, but it's fun. It's entertaining. It keeps you in it.
He's the master of destruction movies. He's done... Most of his movies are all destruction when you think about it. Independence Day, Day After Tomorrow, 2012,
I'm going to have
Godzilla.
to say he's not the master.
No, he's one of the... He's one of the... That's like his genre.
There's a certain director whose initials are James Cameron.
That
likes to blow some shit up.
But when you think of The Patriot
Those
and
aren't
Midway,
initials.
he goes for historical with Midway and Patriot. Midway was a great fucking movie. I actually gave it a higher review when I first saw it.
James Cameron.
There you go.
There you go.
So the budget of this movie was $55 million. It made $71 million US, and worldwide it made $196. So actually made a good amount of money back.
So do you think Amazon's going to do it right by bringing back a new SG?
Is Amazon? Because I thought MGM owns all the rights right now. Which Amazon? Yeah, that's right. Amazon owns MGM.
Yeah.
That's right. Yep.
Is it still going on, or there's no other shows right now?
It died after Continuum. Or
No,
it died after SGU.
The one was
No, it
Atlantis.
Stargate Infinity.
Okay.
The one was Stargate Atlantis.
That was during
So it
the
was-
back half and after SG1.
Stargate the movie. Then you had Stargate SG-1, and that went fantastically. Then they branched off to Atlantis, then Continuum, and then Infinity.
Interesting.
And
Universe.
Yeah. Atlantis went to SGU or Stargate Universe. Then Continuum was like its own little thing.
Yeah.
And then Infinity.
Yes.
Well, the
Continuum was animated.
No, Infinity was animated.
Infinity was.
There was an animated version?
Yeah, it was.
And
It wasn't even bad.
Just like
it's
Babylon
a non-canon one. It's something I don't.
Yeah.
It's only one
Babylon
season.
5 came out with an animated movie.
Yeah.
Apparently it was really good. So
Do we have a screen name for this gentleman?
Adam. We have Adam in
Peanut
the
Gallery.
Peanut Gallery.
Wanted to make sure.
Yes.
And he's going to join us on the review for the drink that we're going to be doing today.
Gosh.
But before we get to the
Come on
drink,
now.
the actors in this movie, of course, is James Spader, our first ever with James Spader. Kurt Russell, which would be our fourth movie with him. Jay Davidson, Alex Caruso, Milo Avitil. Oh, shit, I'm probably saying that wrong. Leon Ripley.
I'm not even going to get you on that one.
John Deal, French Stewart, Eric Avery. All right, I don't know how to say this.
I've been waiting for this one to come up.
The black dude from Gladiator.
Good luck.
Fuck. Jaman Hansu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I figured the D was silent.
Yeah.
My D's loud.
So yeah, there we go. We got the
like a
cast here.
whisper.
And seriously, other movies to
Stage
come out.
whisper, yeah.
Other movies to come out around this time.
Look at me.
We got Don Juan DeMarco. We got Squanto, A Warrior's Tale. I think that's a Disney movie from the 90s. We got Pumpkinhead 2 Blood Wings.
Yes.
Yes. Then we have Stu's little baby right here, Wes Craven's New Nightmare. We have Exit to Eden, Little Giants, a fun little
That was a fun one.
little football movie for the kids. Sylvester Stallone and Sharon Stone, The Specialist. And then we have A Troll in Central Park.
I don't remember that one.
Sounds like
It's an animated movie.
a politician just went to New York.
But let's go ahead and get to the drinks. So, Stu, I'm going to hand it off to you. What are we drinking?
We are
Drinking
Hold
beer.
on, let me. So last year, my theme was
Where's not beer? I was
stupid
wrong.
and fun.
Yes.
All right, that was my theme for the year. This year, I want to be changing it up. I want to do something different. Will be the theme for either my drinks or my movies or different things we may try. It's just going to be something fucking different.
You got a wide variety of movies in your list, so it's going to be interesting.
I'm so fucking happy we're reviewing this. You haven't, I'm fucking rock hard right now. You have no idea.
Well, curious. There's a lot of questions I have to ask about this one. So, what are we drinking?
All right. So, with the idea of something different, I went with a hard sour cider.
Spruce and gin.
Yes, it's called Far From Home. It's an Alpine Negroni cider.
Perfect for the movie.
Spruce and gin by Graft Brewing Company. And it says right on there, this cider plants trees. So they partner with a tree planting.
What is it? Why whenever you buy a six-pack, they plant a tree?
I don't fucking
I would
know.
hope so.
I don't know.
Actually, a buddy of mine at work bought a whiskey. That's something where every bottle that's sold, a tree is planted or something like that. So it's kind of interesting that I was just.
There a lot of companies nowadays are also doing it with missions.
Yeah.
So, you know. All right. So let's go ahead and give it a shot.
Made in partnership with One Tree Planter.
Yep. So that's the place.
That's interesting. All right, guys.
Ah!
Hey, come on now. Here, score.
Cheers, Adam.
Bro.
Blinky.
Oh, God, that's fucking. I don't like that. It's cider. It's fucking cider.
That had a weird taste to
I don't
it.
like cider. I've never liked cider. Lenny would have loved this shit.
Okay.
That is a sour. That is a fucking sour right there.
It is. It does have sourness, but it also has that cider taste
I
to
don't
it.
taste the sourness.
Okay.
It's very, very
I'm so
mild.
sorry,
It's
but-
mild.
I'm not saying it is sour. It's a sour.
There
This is
are
what would fall
two
under a
defined
sour of a
different
drink.
tastes on this, and the first one you get, excuse my language, but it's sweaty pussy.
I'm really glad I didn't take a drink when you said that.
There's no other way to put it for me. And then you actually get a cider taste. But definitely this is post workout. Yeah.
So you're saying there's a market.
There's a market. There's definitely a market.
It's not my market. I don't like it.
Yeah, just wring out sweaty pussy into a can. This is what you get.
There's a market for that.
We gotta
Sure there is.
get those Jarritos guava.
Especially in Japan. Yeah, so who wants to go first?
How about we let?
Am I right or not? though?
Let our
I can
guest
see
go
where you're
first.
coming
Let's
from.
let our
can see where you're
guest
coming from.
from the Peanut Gallery, Adam, come on board and you can give us your first review. Jesus Christ. Make sure put the mic right there and put your right in front of the mic.
That was bad. That was 0.
You can do negative if you want.
Just a 0.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't kill
I'm
it
fine with that.
because they probably did what they were going for, but
Not your go-to. Never drink it. This is a one and done.
I don't drink.
Yeah, that's
That
nasty.
kind of like nails it for me.
Every once in a while you're thinking, why don't I do that? Oh, that's why. That's
This is
no,
why.
that's it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Adam. All right, so Chase.
Keep drinking it.
I'll give it a 1.
Keep drinking it.
Yeah,
Yeah, keep drinking it. It builds.
good or bad.
I
don't
think it's
know
getting
yet?
a smoother drink the more you drink.
It's god awful. It's not getting any better than me. I don't like it. Oh God.
The pussy sweat's still there.
All right, so what's your review?
He gave it a 1.
I'm gonna give it a
You
1.
really give it a 1. So you love pussy sweat. Okay.
Listen.
It's musk.
Moist.
So you say it that way, it makes it sound more appetizing than a sweaty pussy. Say you're welcome. That is called spin.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give mine. I'm gonna give it a 2 thumbs down.
Oh,
I will never drink this again. I do not like cider. Every cider that I've had, I've never been a fan of. It's not my drink. I like the taste of beer, not cider. And this, it's got a mild sourness to it, but not enough because I do like sour. But
Yeah, for what it's supposed to be, it approaches okay.
Yeah.
It definitely hits it on the head. Far From Home.
Yeah, Stu, you
I like it. It's a good choice.
you bring great drinks. You do bring great drinks to the table, but this one I do not care for. So I'm
That's
sorry.
fine.
Yeah, this one's 2
You
thumbs
act like
down.
I made the shit.
No, but you have a tendency to bring good drinks or make good cocktails. So yeah, 2 thumbs down. Not my favorite. 1 and done. We'll never drink this again.
That's fine.
And you got plenty in the fridge, don't you? Take those with
3
you.
more.
All right, you can take them with you.
Get on the fuck out of my fridge.
I might be drinking another shot.
All right, Ragnar, how about you, buddy? Gotta finish it.
That's the rule.
It's weird.
Almost like it was made on an alien planet.
Almost, yeah. It tastes like it's got a bunch of. So here's what's in it. Fucking print so goddamn small.
Spruce and gin.
New York apples, wildflower honey, grapefruit concentrate, juniper berries.
I can see the apple taste.
Spruce tips.
Well, it's cider. It's
orange peel.
Yeah.
Definitely
blend of
grapefruit and like
herbs,
pomelo.
Roots and spices and sulfates to preserve.
Interesting.
Any guys out there who know what pomelo tastes like? It's got that kind of going for it. And a little bit of sour, so you know what I mean by my initial statement.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give it a 0.
Okay.
0. It's tolerable, but it's not good. It's not horrible like fucking bitter beer face over here.
I don't like cider, so I'm sorry. I even gave that fucking cider we did on Halloween or something like that 2 thumbs down from what I remember. I just don't like fucking cider, and this is shit. Yeah. It's not.
It's got the spice that's in it is it's like spices that I use when I'm making fucking spaghetti sauce.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like that's
Yeah, you're right.
that's the initial spiced flavor that I get out of it.
Yeah.
It's an herbal.
Yeah. So yeah. So that's mine. It's a 0.
All right, I'm gonna raise it to 1. Or, well, not raise it. No, not raise it. It's still gonna be a thumb down. It says not instead of 2, it's 1. And the reason why it's 1 thumb down because the name on the can is perfect for the movie. That actually goes perfectly well with the movie. So I will give her credit for that. The can art, not the drink. So there you go.
169 light years from Earth.
Okay. I'm giving it a 1, and we'll see at the end of the episode because the more I'm drinking
it does change a little bit over time.
It's growing. It's growing up. I mean,
it's growing worse in my opinion.
The sour isn't hitting the same shocking level, and the cider is creeping up a little bit more.
Yeah.
To make a nice balance to it, and I'm getting more and more of the juniper as I'm drinking it. So, but right now I'll start with a nice strong 1. I'm happy. I think it fits.
That's called going scent deaf.
Yes. But yeah, I'm happy. It fits. It completely fits with the film. I'm happy with it. It's different, so it fits with my fucking theme too. So this is a big win for me.
All right. Well, we have another bonus drink that I have was a gift for Christmas from
We don't
Sammy.
have like 7 more of these,
No,
do
this
we?
is the only one. It's just this one.
You won't die.
It's
on
not
this
Fat
episode.
Man all over again. If you can read that for me, since you have the bottle right there, read what it is.
Let him fucking pour the drink first.
When he's done.
God. So demanding.
I'll read your drink for you. Mountain Spirits Highlands Distillery, established 2019. Warhorn Virginia rye whiskey, distilled in Virginia, 90 proof, 45% alcohol by volume, 750 milliliter bottled on 7/21/23.
It's a nice looking bottle.
Yeah.
Sound the war horns.
Which is a great tagline for it too.
Yeah.
Right.
The
That's a
battle
great
cry
tagline.
of the 32nd Signal Corps Battalion, commanded by Lieutenant Colonel Sean Shoemaker, which saw combat action in Iraq. This Virginia rye whiskey is named in his honor, and to all those who have served.
Nice.
Bottled by Highland Distillery Company, LLC, 1200 Highway 16, Marion, Virginia, 24354, VA-S-20068. Remember to drink responsibly.
Yeah.
You asked him to read the fucking bottle.
Yeah.
Did you just read a designation on there?
Apparently.
Okay.
He asked me to read the fucking bottle for him, so I read the fucking bottle for him.
Well, not
to tell.
everything.
Motherfucker
Just
follows orders.
I should have just
All
said the fucking title. Maybe I didn't say it all the way through.
You said, hey, can you read what's on the bottle?
Yeah, that's true. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and take this shot and try this out. Cheers.
Oh.
Ooh. Nope.
Nope. Nah.
That's a 0 for me. That's a 0.
Fuck. Shit. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sam.
It is smooth. It is really smooth,
That's why it's a 0.
but it is.
Not much taste to it.
No, there's a lot of taste to it. It's just not good.
That's what I'm saying. It's
That's
Hey,
rough.
drink your cider.
help.
Yeah, wash your alcohol down with more.
No good.
No.
You're having a great time today, aren't you?
Apparently. I'll give that a half a thumb. Oh, I'm sorry, Sammy. I'll give that a half a thumb.
Hey, that's better than the cider for you.
It is. I'd rather drink that than the cider. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, half a thumb. That's not as good as I thought it'd be. But you know what?
Bottle looks
It's
good.
still the thought that counts.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Sammy. Seriously. And I will still drink it. We will drink it, get rid of it, and move on.
We don't know if something's good till we fucking try it. All right?
Exactly.
That's the whole point.
Quite frankly,
Half
this
a
still
thumb.
has mixing opportunity.
Half a
That
thumb.
would be perfect. Yes.
You give it a 0?
All right.
Hey, it was bottled recently too.
I
So,
think this might
Who
receive
knows how long it's been
one
aged?
down.
Yeah.
If
One thumb down?
that
A
company
thumb
was
down,
done in
yep.
Well, it has to be
2019,
aged by a certain
4
amount.
years.
Yeah. So it's hit its
So
minimum
it's at least 4 years.
Ragnar, what do you give it?
For the bottle and what they were doing with it, I'd give it half a thumb.
Okay. Stu?
0.
0. Thumb down. Half a thumb. Half a thumb. All right. Well, I'm sorry, Sammy. But you know what? We all review all the drinks. It could be good or bad. You never know. I don't even know what the price point
That's
of
why
this
we're here
is.
for.
Exactly.
Honesty.
So, all right, guys.
We're here for, not why we're here. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay, continue.
We will be right
Dude,
back.
how much have you had already?
All of it.
Fuck.
Yeah, don't be puking again.
Have you ever watched the news and wished that you could see something more positive, or looked online and saw all the aggravation and anger and hatred out there and thought to yourself, why can't I just see more positive things in my life? Hi, I'm Mike Rathbun, and I'm the host of the Kindness Matters podcast. Every week, we promise to bring you stories that will uplift you and motivate you and inspire you to see the kindness and be the kindness that this world needs more of. Tune in, the Kindness Matters podcast with me, your host, Mike Rathbun.
And we are fucking back. All right, Stu, you're the host. You picked this movie.
So
Why'd you
host.
pick it?
All right. So I picked it.
Because it's fucking awesome.
The idea of it is
Yes.
awesome. The concept is fucking
Its
awesome.
children are awesome.
Yes. It is an absentee parent who gave birth to amazing fucking children.
Yeah. Because
Yes.
without,
So it was
yeah,
our
with-
parents then.
Yeah.
In the 80s.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
without this movie,
Yes.
we would not have had Stargate SG-1, which means we would not have had Stargate Atlantis, which means we would not have had the awesome motherfucker that was Ronan, which means that everybody who likes Jason Momoa would not have even fucking heard of him.
Mhm.
That was his breakout role, was Stargate Atlantis as
Yes.
Ronan, and he was a fucking badass.
I remember you telling me about
Yes,
that.
where
I didn't
he
even
was
know
more
about
of the
that.
Yeah.
swimmer's
No shit.
build
Yeah.
than
Interesting.
the big build that he has now.
He
Who was the
wasn't
other-
bulked yet. He was just
Wasn't the MacGyver
Dope.
guy in it?
Yeah.
Richard Dean Anderson was in SG-1.
Yes. Okay.
I mean, he
All right,
made
he's
he
the
made
one
guest
who-
appearances on pretty much every other show.
And you did have a little, like, how many episodes?
Okay. So this film gave birth to 2 other films, 5 total series: Stargate SG-1, Stargate Atlantis, Stargate Universe, Stargate Origins, and Stargate Infinity.
Jesus Christ.
Continuum,
Oh, yeah, dude.
we were talking off the show. You keep mentioning Continuum. That was actually a standalone movie. It's not.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
I thought Atlantis was a movie.
No.
No,
That was a
Atlantis
show?
is a show, and
All
they
right.
bring in the Wraith and all that. It's super cool.
Those 5 series ran for a total of 18 seasons, 390 episodes
Total?
total.
Nice.
That's how
All
popular
together.
this show was. That started off with a movie that really wasn't a good movie, but even though it's
How
a
many
fun movie.
years?
Oh,
From
that-
1994 to the last
I think
production was
it was
what,
2000.
2000?
you had years off in between, so it's
Was it
it's
like
hard for
2008
me.
when it ended or something like that? Or was
No,
it,
they I think
2014.
No, I think 2018 is when
Really?
Continuum came out.
2018, yeah.
it went that far out?
Yeah, and
Jesus
now
Christ.
Amazon Prime is, to my knowledge, either casting or already filming for a new SG.
Yes.
And you said that these series do dwell on like the original characters from the first movie.
Yes. So the SG-1, you have Richard Dean Anderson as Kurt Russell's character, Jack. You have, I forget the actor's name, but they recast James Spader's character for Daniel. And then they brought in other supporting people. The whole idea is it's not just going to
We wouldn't have the voice for God of War
yes, that's right.
because Teal'c,
Yeah, the actor who played Tilk.
the most fucking awesome alien ever.
Is he the Egyptian dude?
No,
Christopher Judge, he is this
Yeah.
guy. I don't know if you.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
the, and I thought he looked like one of the Egyptian dudes from the.
He
And
is.
it's
He's one
Michael,
of-
Michael Shanks
Yes.
took over
Michael Shanks, thank you.
Daniel Jackson.
So he plays a former guard to what you find out.
So, yeah, he was Jafar.
It isn't just one
Yeah.
alien who happened to come to Earth and
I
and
can
everything like
do
that.
this breakdown real quick for you if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Stargate, what they did is they took the sci-fi
Aspect.
genre
Yeah.
and linked everything to human mythology of various cultures.
Right.
You're talking ancient Egyptian, Nordic mythology, all of it.
the Mayans, Aztecs,
Yes,
and stuff like that. Also.
it was an incredible melding of all this.
Right,
basically saying that all of the influence of ancient human culture was from something in the sky.
Interesting.
You know, it's a cool concept. You know, drawing on the old ancient aliens thing. I get it, but they did it in a really nicely put together way. So what we see in this movie, the guy Ra, whose eyes glow, is from a Goa'uld. Now the Goa'uld are symbiotic.
Yes. Okay, but they don't talk about the Goa'uld.
You're right. They don't mention it in this
movie.
They show Unas, but they don't even talk about that in the movie.
Yeah, right. Which is so the only way that this concept works is if a Goa'uld was already infecting one of
an Unas. Yeah.
Is that Thor? Is that the I forget? Is that the official name for Thor's brethren?
No, that's that wasn't the Greys. The Unas are a pre-human interaction thing.
Wait. I thought the Unas was from the show. No, I thought they were the big bulky motherfuckers.
Yeah,
they're
big bulky reptilian.
That wasn't an Unas that we're showing in Stargate. It looked more like the Gray. The classic what we'd imagine.
No.
When they would show during the film,
it looked like fucking Groot. Okay,
no, it like Groot, but more of a classic Gray.
They look like Groot.
Yeah. So when they showed
in this movie,
so you guys as the ones who hadn't seen stuff,
yeah.
When they showed the alien originally coming down to Egypt, and they were talking about how he found a way
you took that boy.
Mars. That alien that they would show in the flashes, and at the end when the nuke was getting ready to go off, and you saw that face come out, was that more of a traditional little gray man type look to you guys?
It looked like a normal, like an alien that they would put in all movies.
All right, so
according to the SG lore, it was supposed to be an early iteration of a wasted away Unas.
Okay, but it definitely looked more like
alien.
What was Thor's brethren's? What was their name? The race name? And I say Thor because you find out that
all of
in the series,
Nordic culture,
they were influenced by the Greys. But we would consider the gray aliens.
They're these little gray 3.5, 4 foot tall gray aliens that
show an image,
it's like a hologram or
so they would look like the big
the Asgardians. That's right.
Yeah. So you find out that them and then the Goa'uld are the symbiotes.
It's a symbiotic worm. Looks like a tiny trimmer worm.
Yes.
Okay.
And that is able to infect humanoids, whereas they would generally, when they mature, take over and like wrap around the brainstem, all this good stuff, and give them superhuman healing and strength and these various.
Why have I seen
abilities.
that before? I've seen that in other things before. Like
it's the idea of that's a common sci-fi trope of
the faculty was one.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of the
creature that
remember the Guyver?
MacGyver.
No, the Guyver.
The Guyver.
Sci-fi movie about a guy who has an alien alien like suit that goes to him and gives him powers and stuff like that. You never remember that from the 80s? It had Mark Hamill in it?
I don't remember the Guyver.
Really? None of you have heard of the Guyver? Look it up.
It reminds me of a episode of The Sanctuary with Amanda Tapping.
Yes.
The big guy, the comic book nerd, and he's like, I found this goo and it turned into a suit.
I'll have to look it up. Hold on.
So you had, you find out in the series, the Goa'uld, like I said, these worm creatures that have their own memories. Sort of like Dax from
symbiotic relationship.
Right, yes. But instead of merging personalities and so having two separate personalities,
they completely take over.
Yeah, the Goa'uld completely take over. And they don't develop anything. They don't do anything.
They completely steal technology.
Yeah, that's all they do. So the Stargate
from the early 90s.
Goa'uld did not create the Stargate.
Yeah,
the Goa'uld you find on the series
created Stargate.
You don't remember that?
They found it
in the early
and started
90s?
utilizing the Stargate technology.
Yeah.
And so through that,
the ancients basically like found it somewhere out in the fucking universe.
No, the ancients made it. Basically the ancients are almost the first
progenitors of human civilization.
Yeah.
Basically, they
seeded
share
the universe.
They share like 99.999% DNA with humans.
Interesting.
They actually interbreeded with humans in this universe and all this. And they actually, there was a divergence in their race between the ancients and the Ori, which was it was really neat how they did this. I think it was like season 8, you start to learn about the Ori, but it's basically one race. Some of them were really into technological advancement, and some of them were really into spiritual advancement.
Yes.
And the Ori are the ones that were really spiritual advancement oriented, and they became, both of them, super powerful. But the Ori waged biological warfare on the ancients, almost completely wiping them out.
Well, it must be for how many seasons and how many shows it brought up, it must have been a very popular sci-fi. Was it on the sci-fi show?
Oh, yeah. It was on Sci-Fi Channel original.
USA also.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
remember it being on USA.
Honestly, my only complaint with this whole TV show is that, in my opinion, it falls to the Star Trek villain flop. What I mean by that is they, just like in Star Trek, they talk up the big bad guy, and it's hard to defeat them, but you never see the big bad guy actually do anything that's intimidating. They just talk it up.
Better? Most of it is like they're doing season long. Just like, and so a lot of it is villain of the week type situations like Star Trek.
Yeah, Star Trek.
But they
so
tie
like
it
any
in,
other
or Babylon 5.
But then they also tie it in. You still have these big bads. You know, you have so Ra. Let's say Ra is one of the generals of the Goa'uld. Okay, you have a handful of other generals.
A lord or whatever they call.
Yeah. So
something lord.
Let's say you got these generals, these top fucking dogs. There is no one above all of them. They're like
they're warlords.
You have this power base. We have this power base. Yeah. They have this. Yes.
Gods. Ra is a sun god.
Yeah.
And SG-1, they introduced
Apophis, yes.
The Goa'uld would assume the identities of the gods so that they could draw on this mythological respect and reverence, but they were essentially warlords.
Yes. Okay.
And each had their own tribe. Ra, Apophis, Selket, Bakhmut, all of that.
Which is the better series, though?
Oh, God.
To me, personally, SG-1.
Which is the first one.
Yeah, that's the OG. That's the one that gave, that fleshed everything
and
out.
It continues the story from after the movie?
Yes.
Okay.
So to the point where, so Daniel's still back on.
He stayed there for 2 years.
Yeah.
And then they come back and get him.
And then his wife's fucking taken.
Shara was taken by Apophis. Skara was taken by Apophis. And then used as his new vessel, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Was it Skara?
Eventually,
he was essentially supposed to have been his son.
Yeah. Okay.
The Goa'uld that inhabited him was the son of Ra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's this huge thing. And honestly, the story is fantastic. I don't know how
it's not as better as Star Trek, though.
I could entertain arguments.
Yeah, I could absolutely
entertain arguments.
Okay. So it's worth a watch.
It's a slightly different.
SG-1 is.
Yeah.
If you are a fan of Star Trek,
there's no way you're not going to like this.
Exactly. It still has the villain of the week, but then it throws in an overarching story that's told throughout the season.
And it's sci-fi all because the thing is about me is that I was brought up in a home that watched a lot of sci-fi.
It's very 90s sci-fi.
Yeah. And which was a lot.
Which
you remember Earth 2?
Yes.
Which was only like 2 seasons because it was canceled, but it was still a good fucking show.
So it does a good mix of hope and, good guys winning over bad guys and stuff like that, but also some cool little technology thrown in.
Yeah.
Against fucking replicators.
Yes.
Jesus.
You got, you have multiple alien races. Yeah, no,
that's pretty normal for a lot of 90s, like Sequest DSV.
Yes.
They did a great job. So, like Teal'c, for instance, one of my favorite characters. Honestly, everybody in that SG-1 unit is fucking awesome for their own reasons.
I might have to check it out.
But you have, Daniel, who you just can't beat him when it comes to thinking things through.
Yeah.
Teal'c is just this really odd dude who's incredibly skilled in combat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he has these weird shit. Like, they said
So
one
Teal'c
episode
was one. He was the
guardian
guard,
Jaffa.
you know, and he was supposed to be like basically the top Secret Service man.
Yeah, so
to Apophis.
Yeah, so
Okay. All right.
Jaffa are,
and he ends up rebelling against that, recognizing no, this is basically fucking slavery. This is fucking bullshit.
But he has benefits because as a Jaffa, they have essentially a kangaroo pouch, if you want to say it. Where
is that where you're holding your belly?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an X incision in his abdomen that contains a juvenile Goa'uld.
Mm-hmm.
And so that gives him the healing abilities, you know, aversion to various toxic gases and poisons, where he can just meditate and heal himself, and gives him additional strength.
Okay.
But because it's a juvenile, it can't really take him over. So he doesn't have to worry about
And this is SG-1.
Yeah.
All right.
It's actually really neat. And he does some fucking wild shit. Like, they'll sit down at a conference one morning. He's got a steaming carafe of coffee because he doesn't know fucking Earth customs. He doesn't fuck a cup.
He drinks a lot of coffee.
He sits there and just goes, and you see it steaming, and just goes, whoop, and, and Jack looks, O'Neill just looks over, and he's like, wasn't it hot? Extremely. And just carries on. Like, this motherfucker just got 3rd-degree burns. He's gonna be fuck.
Well, see, the thing is, he's very formal because that's the way he was raised from birth to be part of this.
It's awesome.
Elite guard.
Okay, so this thing that's in his belly, is it growing into a thing or whatever?
Yes, it is.
Maturing.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, it's maturing.
And then they do eventually have to remove.
He's an incubator.
Yes, exactly.
An incubator.
That's what he is.
Yeah,
that's what the Jaffa are. They're basically, not only are they guarding the current, you know, big bad Goa'uld that they're sworn to protect, but they're also incubating the babies inside of them, and thereby getting power. So they're stronger, they're faster, they're more resilient, so they can fight against whatever is.
Okay,
trying
so
to
what
attack.
happens when their incubating time is done?
So you got generals, and then you have lower level officers. So they're still considered high ups in the military, but they're not the warlord. They're not.
But when he's done incubating,
oh no, then that Goa'uld takes over. And it has its own personality.
Well,
so wait, do they
have to find a host for it?
Yeah, but when they start over
as the incubator, he doesn't automatically become the host.
No.
Okay.
So they have to find a host for it for that Goa'uld to go into to then become another god.
Okay. So the thing is
then for him to survive, he would have to get another
Goa'uld
symbiote.
Not symbiote,
because he's been a host to that symbiote
so
for so long.
becomes
relying
the
on
one that matures. Does it have another incubator?
The one that
it takes a long time for it to worry about it.
Working underneath whatever
it's years.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever. So they work underneath. So you got these higher gods, and you have a fuck ton of lower gods that work underneath
you have
the higher gods.
So your main name gods are all the way up here, and then like your lower. You're lesser known.
Yeah, you got your colonels and your lieutenants, and shit like that, and then working underneath their generals. All right.
So, but each civilization, so for the Egyptians, right, they would have
a whole pantheon.
Yeah,
most of the Egyptian, and not just only the Egyptians.
Is it just Egyptian, or does it go into different?
No,
you said it goes in the north.
You had the Asian pantheon of gods. Also,
the Greek,
represented the Greeks, the Nordics. The Nordics were actually they're
about Native American. How about like Native American or anything like that?
I think they touched a little bit on the Native Americans on a few,
but mostly of the Azteca.
Yeah.
When they introduced the Nordic side of it, is when you started seeing the Greys.
Yeah.
What we consider the alien Greys. That is the Asgards.
And they just come in dick swinging like
and they are major technologically advanced civilizations. All right, so they basically have a peace treaty with the Goa'ulds. All right, you don't come over here and fuck over here. We won't go over there and fuck with you over there.
Yeah, because they could absolutely wipe them out, but because they've advanced so much, they know that they shouldn't commit that kind of genocide.
Well, see,
it's more of a.
So they have a.
If you fuck with me, I swear to God, I'll kill you all.
And then
kind of thing.
Yeah.
In the ancient times, they were using the Stargate to bring human civilization to not just that one planet that we saw, to several planets all across the galaxy.
Because it was kind of like,
but those are from. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's just like it was basically a doorway to other planets, and they were trying to spread it out basically to all the other galaxies and stuff like that.
In order to them, all right, so we have this built-in slave workforce, over
It's
here.
a slave highway.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Underground Railroad.
Because that's what the Goa'uld came across.
The reverse Underground Railroad.
Yeah.
And then what they never showed in the film that you find out that in the series they have is what's called the DHD, the dial home device.
Yeah.
So this big fucking pedestal that you basically type in the phone number of where you want to fucking go. It's telling the symbols.
Well, no, getting back before that, though, in the very first 2 episodes of the series, you learn that the Earth is the home planet of all human civilization in the galaxies.
Really?
That the Goa'uld came to Earth, grabbed the human slaves from Earth, and seeded the rest of the galaxy with it.
Yes.
Interesting.
So they're
when
going
they
to
go
other planets.
When they go to it's Abydos, I don't think they name it in the movie.
They don't.
No, it's PX3877 or something like that.
Yeah, they don't even name it in the movie, I don't think. They just they refer to it as PX or whatever because they have a whole list.
They can go to. So, but they find out in the first couple episodes of the series that the Earth is the home planet, and then that way, so when they go to Abydos, or the first planet that they go to in the movie,
right,
those humans that are there are descendants from the slaves that were taken from Earth.
Okay.
What they talk about
in the movie.
That's how they
Well,
got
they talk about that a little bit, though.
Yeah, that's how they got the Egyptian culture at that world.
Yeah.
It's because they
talk about
Egyptians
they says that, though, in the movie.
Yeah.
That they've been coming to Earth for thousands of years.
And so what's cool about the series is they'll go to these other planets, and you'll see a lot of primitive planets. You see a lot of Egyptian involved planets.
Some of them, they're just like light years ahead of us.
Yeah, depending on how and if the god was ever overthrown. So sometimes they'll come across places where they just like they did on Earth, they overthrew and rebelled and buried the Stargate or did something.
How many Stargates were there?
There's no way to know.
Yeah,
it's
just a countless. That wasn't the main Stargate. There was a whole bunch
of symbols.
If you have 7 symbols and it requires 7 symbols to dial, then there's 14 symbols.
There was more than I know. There's a lot more than fucking 7.
A lot more than that.
Okay,
there's a whole lot more when you
so there was what I saw.
So there's a minimum of 5.76 million. Possible addresses.
I saw more than that.
But are you going by 7 points?
That's 7 exponent.
Don't forget they introduced 8.
Yeah.
Right. I wasn't getting there yet. That's why I didn't touch it.
Right.
But it's an incredible amount.
The potential is actually in the trillions with how many symbols
because there's
were on
14 symbols, not just 7.
Yeah. So you got trillions of potential addresses that you can go to. Not every address will work and stuff like that. Some gates were buried, some gates were destroyed. Some gates just never probably came online or whatever.
Was there any gates that actually went into places that were like a hellish area and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So 14 to the 7th power is 105.4 million.
Okay. Like I said, there was more. I think there was more than 14. I think there was more than 14 symbols.
Good God. Yeah, that's
I think it was in the 20s.
Well, all right. The funny thing about this is that Sammy and I watched this because this was her first time watching the movie. And after we watched the movie, she loved it. She actually thought it was a fun movie. But then she says, yeah, it also, and I said, yeah, I brought up a lot of series. And then we started looking the series on Apple and stuff like that. It says, well, there's a new show we can watch. So now she wants to watch the show.
There's a lot. There's a lot. And I can't tell you how many times that. Yeah, so there's 35 symbols on the gate. All right.
Shit.
So 35
that's a lot of fucking gates.
With 7 permeations, 7 symbols.
63 billion.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Now look up how many are on the Atlantis gate, because I believe there's more.
No wonder why this
each gate is different?
They have different symbols because you're also looking at
they're based on the star map.
That showed actually
they need to have a different symbol.
So
but it showed in the movie.
Each series like roll into the next one?
Yeah,
because I know the first one rolled in off of the movie.
Kind of.
Okay, so
does it have,
Stargate
like-
1 did have a backdoor pilot for Atlantis. SG-1 had a backdoor pilot for Atlantis, spun it off to Atlantis, and you had SG-1 and Atlantis running concurrently. All right, on the back half of SG-1.
Okay.
Including them visiting each other multiple times, and doing crossovers. Then Atlantis ended, and it was over for a little while, and they're like, all right, this is a cool idea. People still like it. Let's go ahead and bring Stargate Universe in. So Stargate Universe is what they did is they figured out that not only do you have the Stargates that you see, the size that you see, in the thing of that.
Preface this. So they found an 8th symbol, which allows them to dial outside of the galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when they arrived at this new address that they had found info for, they found themselves in a city. The city was Atlantis. The city was designed by the ancients and was actually a ship. That's how they explained the Grecian Plato story of Atlantis sinking into the ocean, because part of its defense mechanism was to activate a giant fucking shield and just submerge, so that they're like, yeah, that's what Plato had seen. And it's just another tie-in and all kinds of cool shit, man.
Well, see, the thing
Interesting.
is, when
So
you think
have
about
gates in space as big as spaceships, not just like
so they actually use gates to take starships and stuff like that.
Giant fucking huge massive fucking gates.
Interesting.
Oh, it's cool, man.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the movie itself, when they have the symbols on the movie, and when they go over to the Egyptian side of that to that other planet, the symbols were different because he said he couldn't get us back because they didn't know the symbols.
Yeah.
So there were different symbols. That means every gate has different symbols on it, right?
Yep. But then you also have to think, you have to base, you shouldn't realistically most times have to dial to multiple gates in order to get to your final destination. So you could use the rule of thumb of the 30-some symbols on each gate, will reference. It's just all you're doing is you're telling it, all right, I want to go this direction, but also this direction, but also this direction and this direction, starting from here.
Yeah.
All right. So, but you're using the points of the stars that you see in as a reference point. So
and each symbol is based on a constellation as seen from that particular planet.
Or
but
moon, or asteroid.
Does the show
or
explain how the gates were made?
The ancients.
Yeah.
So there's really no
just-
backstory to the gates.
The ancients are really smart. That's it.
Yeah, they were super. So the same way the story of Atlantis, the super advanced race and civilizations like that, they were the fucking ancients. That's what they were.
Yeah.
And they didn't say how these fucking people got so advanced or that. They were just that fucking good.
Yeah.
They're ancients because they're an absolutely incredibly ancient race that has just had so much time to build up this knowledge and technology.
See, I didn't think it was a gate. It was more like going into another dimension, but it's really just a start. It's just a basically
Well,
like
it's the idea of a
it's like
wormhole.
it's like well, I wouldn't even say a wormhole. It's basically like a
That's what it is.
doorway.
Yeah.
It is? Okay, so a doorway into another.
It's crossing an Einstein-Rosenberg bridge is what it is.
Okay.
Einstein-Rosen. It's not Rosenberg.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
What's the first time?
Semantics.
You're absolutely right. In my mind, though, it's always Rosenberg. I don't know why.
I knew this was going to be
I
a
know
lot.
why, but I don't know why.
I knew this was going to be a lot of geeking out on the fucking TV series.
Oh,
I
yeah,
know
no,
that you
this
guys
is- I'm not
love
trying
this.
to, but
I know.
This is full-on
it's teaching me because
nerdgasm.
it's making me want to watch SG-1. Like, I'll give SG-1 a chance.
It is a great popcorn.
Yeah.
And Amanda tapping.
Sci-fi.
And very 90s.
Huh?
And very 90s.
Yes, it's a popcorn sci-fi series.
When did
that also tells a really cool, fucking huge story.
When did SG-1 first premiere?
96.
So it was about 2 years after the movie.
2 years after.
Okay.
That sounds
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
And it went on until about the early 2000s and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
something like that.
Was it a total of 12 seasons?
10.
10 seasons?
When a show lasts that long, that means it's
1997.
popular.
97?
Was it 97?
Yep.
And it's
A lot
still
of things came
somehow
out in 97.
kind of niche,
Yeah.
oddly enough.
Yeah.
Like anybody that likes SG-1 likes Firefly. They go together.
See, I'm a big Babylon 5 fan. I enjoyed Babylon 5.
See, Babylon
Okay.
5 was more
Political.
Then you will like SG-1 because
Is it very political?
the characters from Babylon end up in SG-1.
What?
Not the characters, the actors.
they
So,
share a lot of the
Ben
actors.
Browder, who was
Interesting.
in Babylon 5,
Yeah.
is in the last few seasons of SG-1.
Okay.
who's the Claudia Black.
Yes.
She also.
Okay, then I'm gonna give it a shot. I think me and Sam are gonna go ahead because
matter of fact, they do an episode where it's not necessarily a crossover, but it's like I don't know if it's a dream episode or what, I can't remember, but their characters from Babylon 5 end up in SG-1.
What?
Yeah, it's some kind of dream.
Now I actually want to watch this.
Yeah. And then they have the episode where the episodes where you have is it called Stargate Extreme or whatever?
And where it's
Wormhole Extreme.
Wormhole Extreme.
Yeah,
so
where they're filming it.
So
it's like
some of the
like Supernatural did.
comes out. The top secret information comes out, and somebody uses that information to write a TV show.
Yeah,
and they're like, "How's this motherfucker got this fucking shit? What the fuck?" So they have to go investigate. It's like way too much time and shit.
They do it again on the 200th episode.
Yeah.
And they find out it's because he has like it's just an old rock that talks to another rock that is on base. And it's an ancient communication device. So he kept having these dreams, and he's like, "Oh, this is fucking cool."
These rocks that he finds, they actually use. That's how they communicate in universe. Is using these stones.
Interesting.
They link the two people who are holding the rocks together.
All right, you guys won me over. I'm going to watch SG-1.
They did a great job.
He's not going to be able to watch any of the movies we review for the next 2.5 years.
To watch SG, well, I'll watch the first. I'm going to watch the first season and see how I like it.
And then he'll be addicted, and we'll never hear from him again.
So it's taken him like 2 years to get into The Boys.
Yeah, I know. And he's only on season 1.
I know.
All right,
it took me fucking years to get a fucking Stranger Things. I mean, everybody fucking was over that shit, and I finally just watched it like last year.
All right. So, so this exact nerding out shit that just happened between the three of us.
You're gonna come to us every time we show up for another episode. Guys, I saw it was so cool. And then Teal, he was like, "What?"
But this is why I picked this movie.
Yeah,
because it's such a great idea that
it gave birth.
Yeah, it was wasted on the acting. It was wasted on the delivery and stuff like that. But it was recognized enough how cool this really could be.
Well, the thing is, Stargate to me, I think we all agree, it's got bad acting. It doesn't have the best story, but it does have great ideas. It has a good start for which brought up to the TV show, which looks like it had a lot
Star
more.
Trek.
What you call the what's the thing that you call when it comes to TV shows? Long form storytelling. Yeah. But Stargate, it's still a fun adventure film, which gave birth to these TV series. So I mean, because this wasn't really good reviewed. I mean, a lot of people still love it because it's so fun to watch and everything else.
Yes.
But you never thought that it was going to bring up a series that is probably more popular than the movie itself.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't think I've met somebody who liked the movie more than they liked the show.
I've met SG-1 fans that had no idea there was a first movie.
But are the made to TV movies that they made like Continuum
and Arc of Truth?
Yeah. Are those good?
They're okay. They're like long episodes is what they basically are.
That's basically, so they're just like okay. So
they're basically long episodes.
Well, I mean,
and the older lady that gave Daniel Catherine, she actually comes back in the series.
Yeah.
Oh, so she's the only one that comes back.
Same actor.
It's not the same, but same character.
But they actually touch base on the little things like that.
They make an entire series based called in Stargate Origins, where they're 10-minute episodes.
Do they
where they actually are delving into her father and her finding the first Stargate and telling that story?
Do they talk about the Raw? Yeah. Do they talk about the Raw character?
Yeah,
like in the prequel, because he's dead in Stargate.
They refer to him. So by them killing Raw, it's set in motion everything else.
Okay,
because they might be warlords and not super duper pals with each other, but when you feed one guy a nuke, the others tend to get an attitude about it. Yeah. So they went on a hunting spree,
and then that waved a flag that, hey, the original planet where we got these fucking humans, Earth, which they refer to as the Tauri, their gates back open. They've advanced,
and they have advanced to the
they
point
have
where now they're
a fuck ton of people there.
Interesting.
Let's go hunt. All right, let's go harvest these motherfuckers and get a new fucking blood source and fucking, so they kicked the hornet's nest when they took Raw out, and they didn't know that they were kicking the hornet's nest.
Yeah.
When was the first time you seen this movie? Did you see it in the theater?
No. It was probably when it came out in VHS somewhere.
I think Adam even said that.
5 feels like 94.
I actually saw this in the theater. I might be the only one.
What?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like I told you, I was brought up by a sci-fi family, and whenever there was a new we even saw The Arrival with Charlie Sheen. Remember that one?
Oh yeah.
There was a couple other ones that I've seen.
Did you say Charlie Sheen?
Charlie Sheen.
He said. Okay. I think he said it right. I think
he said it right.
I'm pretty sure he said Charlie Sheen. We'll go back. I was just. I'm not going to call you on. I'm not going to call you on it. It just blew my mind for a second. I was like,
he said it right. I think he slurred a little bit.
Maybe I slurred a little bit.
There was some slurring involved.
Maybe. I probably said it wrong. But the fact is that I was brought.
Jelly beans are on point.
Yeah. I've seen every.
Don't fuck 'em up.
I've seen every Star Trek movie, Star Trek Undiscovered Country, all the way up to the theaters. Every single one. Because
I'm wondering when he's going to review Species.
That's a great movie.
That's fun.
That's a fun one.
Or Mimic.
That's another good one.
No, that's mine. Mimic's mine.
Okay.
Yeah. Fuck y'all.
Sorry. Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No. That's mine.
Oh shit. There's so many great fucking sci-fi movies. Remember? Fuck. I forgot with Tom Sizemore, the one with the alien that came down to the
who?
Tom Sizemore. Did I say it right now? I'm not going to say it again.
Say it right that time.
No, the thing is,
it actually, he said it with such confidence, it made me doubt that Sizemore was right. I'm like,
oh yeah, no, that's totally. What do you mean?
Do I count? I mean, what?
No, there were a shitload of great sci-fi movies from the mid '90s, and this was one of them. And everything else, The Arrival, Contact. Contact is one of my favorites. I fucking love that movie. That's more of a
Close Encounters.
That was decent.
I like that
classic.
one. I like that.
That is the '90s.
That's 70s.
Yeah.
Who cares? That's good.
We're talking about 90s.
Fine.
Talking about 90s films.
Contact's good too.
But Starship Troopers.
Think about it.
90s.
That's a very good movie.
So
yes,
90s one.
Troopers, fuck yeah.
That's one of my picks this year. I can't wait till we talk about that one. I got to read the fucking book. I know. I got to read the fucking book. I know. But it's
a lot different.
It's very different.
It is a lot fucking different.
Yes.
Oh, it makes it a lot more fucking brutal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So the 90s sci-fi to me, it gave birth to the idea of, yes, you have hope, but then you also have brutalism that is being shown on the screen. Some technology has finally caught up. You can show some really fucking cool shit. All right. So, and it doesn't look cheesy.
But they also kept and brought in the cheesiness.
Is it Selket or Sekhmet that was the fucking terrifying gold?
I think it was Sekhmet.
Yeah, Sekhmet. Okay.
All right. I'm gonna name some movies here. Soldier.
Yeah.
12 Monkeys.
Oh, yeah.
Cube.
Yeah.
Cube is another one right there. Contact. The Lawnmower Man.
Yeah. I love Lawnmower Man.
No, that's a great movie.
The sequel sucked dick, but
the first one was great.
First one was good.
Sphere.
Yep.
Sphere.
I'm so sorry.
Demolition Man.
Yeah.
We got Galaxy Quest. Deep Impact.
Yep.
Let's see here. Oh, Tank Girl. Mm-hmm. That's another one. Congo. I would say that's a good 90s sci-fi.
Congo?
Congo is like on the verge of sci-fi.
It's sci-fi adventure.
I don't see that as sci-fi.
Sci-fi adventure.
Yeah.
Lost in Space. I actually enjoyed that. I saw that in the theater too. Chain Reaction with Morgan Freeman and Keanu Reeves. Remember that one?
Yes.
Let's see here. We got Contact. We got all the Star Trek movies, of course. We got The Faculty. We got Virtuosity.
Yes.
That's another one.
Shit.
Johnny Mnemonic.
That's in here. Fire in the Sky. The Arrival. Armageddon. Existence.
Yes.
David Cronenberg's film. We got Judge Dredd, the Sylvester Stallone version. Let's see. Mars Attacks. Independence Day.
Don't talk on Mars Attacks like that. I heard that.
13th Floor.
Yep.
That's a good one right there. Gattaca. That's a good movie.
That's
Crystal wants to review that one.
That's a good one.
This is one I am claiming. Dark City.
Okay.
Dark City is a good movie.
Okay.
That's a really good fucking movie. But yeah, the 90s sci-fi was great. And this movie was sort of like...
You guys ever see Relic?
Yeah. That's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about.
That what it was? Okay.
With Tom Sizemore.
Yeah,
Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Yeah, you got
All right.
You're like
fucking paranoid.
Spouse right now. Oh my god.
Doesn't make sense.
Oh shit. At the same time. No, but seriously,
fucking battered producer syndrome.
But I did see
BPS.
I did see this in I saw this in the theater. That's why I was curious. When was your first, like, have you seen this? Nobody's a version of this movie.
I saw this VHS tape.
VHS.
I grabbed it from fucking video store one day.
Yeah. Your kids like it, don't they?
Yeah, they enjoyed it a bit.
Yeah, my kids love this movie.
I think they actually stayed awake for it.
I need to get a new fucking cord for my thing. It's been fucking up. But no, my kids watched it and they actually enjoyed it. But it was this was fun.
All right.
Him trying to talk to the locals about him. Yes, fucking hilarious.
Dude, it was so on point too.
It
like
was.
if you're in somewhere that you don't speak the fucking language, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, yeah.
And
long hair. Does
the locals did a great job of reacting a believable way. I think.
absolutely.
They did. Yeah.
One thing I
it was very familiar territory where I've seen it in other
it's a lot
movies.
of sci-fi tropes in there. A lot of sci-fi tropes that did a really good job of, all right, this sounds really cool. This sounds really cool. This sounds really cool. Let's go ahead and put them all together and see what shakes out.
Yeah.
And they came together telling a really fucking cool story.
Yes.
One thing I give them props for is the background on some of the main characters that they threw in that they didn't necessarily need to do to make the film any better or any worse.
You talking about like Kurt Russell's character?
Like his character with his son fucking shooting himself with a fucking gun.
And that is the whole reason why he got connected with that other the kid from
O'Neill, he would keep a revolver in a shoebox in his closet, and his kid got it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you see him snap at
when the guy that took the gun.
Skara, when he's like, oh, what's this? He's like, no!
Yeah. You guys caught that he was getting ready to fucking blow his fucking brains out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because and that's a believable fucking choice. And then he's like activated and he's like.
And they keep that through the series too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
so he has actually a strong storyline in the series.
Yeah, he does.
About that.
Daniel, nobody believing his theories and shit like
and
that.
He comes in and solves in, was it 2 days?
Yeah.
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
They were working on for 18 months. All right. And
I actually have a clip of that, actually, when they were talking at the table to the generals and stuff like that.
These figures that you would believe to be words to be translated were, in fact, star constellations. Now, these constellations were placed in a unique order, forming a map or an address of sorts. 7 points to outline a course to a position, and to find a destination within any three-dimensional space, we need 6 points to determine the exact location.
You said you needed 7 points.
Well, no, 6 for the destination. But to chart a course, you need a point of origin.
Except there's only 6 symbols in the cartouche.
Well, the 7th actually isn't inside the cartouche. It's just below it here, designated by a little pyramid with...
I love this.
2
little dudes. I love that.
Neat little guys.
Neat little guys.
That's great James Spader delivery.
Yes.
But very wooden acting.
I thought he did good in this scene.
Yeah, I think.
In this scene, there's some other scenes
Oh, yeah.
that it was very rough.
No, that symbol isn't anywhere on the device.
Well, what device?
Show him.
Oh, that was Hammond, wasn't it?
No.
No. Oh, West. That's right. Okay.
Hammond takes it
He
over.
took over. That's right. I love Hammond. He's a CEO you always wish you had.
Yeah.
Or was he XO?
God, the score works so well.
David Arnold did a good job with the score.
Said he was making sandwiches before this.
Yeah. He had done a couple of smaller movies and stuff like that, but not enough to support himself yet. And so he's working in a fucking sandwich shop. And then
and then blew this out of the water.
Yeah, they're like, hey, this guy does pretty good. Give him a shot. He's like, all right, we'll give him a shot. And then he fucking did this. I'm like, God damn.
And here she is.
Nice.
It's your Stargate.
Catherine.
Yep. Now, is there more backstory of her also in the series?
Yeah.
Of her, of like her father finding the gate.
There's an entire
where they
there's an
find
entire series.
They find her husband.
Yep.
Because her husband had gone through the gate and accidentally
happened
they
to
couldn't
dial.
figure out how to do it again, and they went out and found him. He was like fucking 85 years old and had been living by himself in an almost completely uninhabited world in this tower.
Oh, damn.
That had been previously created by the ancients, and that's where they started to really find some of the ancients writing and stuff like that, and down to like a star chart and all that.
Yeah.
But then it starts coming down, so they bring him back through, they reunite, and then he fucking dies.
Well, the one thing I have to bring up, because you talked about how you thought the score was, I'm just going to play this and just get it out of the way. David Arnold on the score, which I think is a beautiful fucking sci-fi score. And this is a beautiful theme that comes up right here. And David Arnold has done movies Godzilla, Independence Day. He also did the James Bond series right here. It's a beautiful score.
I'm glad they kept that.
They use this in the show too.
It's the scene.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that's the series' main theme song.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
And it's even got like sort of like the Egyptian type of themes in there.
Even the opening, they on the series, they show that weird panning, look or moving around like that, and then it doesn't zoom out to reveal a helmet. It zooms out to reveal the Stargate.
Which I hated, the fucking cross-eyed Ra.
The who?
The very opening scene for the movie, you see, it's like looks like a sarcophagus head.
Yeah,
it's Ra. It's Ra's helmet, but he's fucking cross-eyed in it. And every director's commentary is like, I fucking hate it. I'm so glad we changed it. It's so much better than that bullshit we had in 1994.
It's a really cool idea to show you this. Because even the helmets were fucking badass of an idea.
They were.
All right? These fucking metal helmets.
Well,
and shit like that.
I think when I first saw this in theaters as a kid, I thought that's what they were. I thought that was like it kind of reminded me.
Whole idea.
It reminded me of the turtle dudes in Fifth Element.
Yeah, that's the whole idea is because this is a race that is portraying themselves as greater than human. That's supposed to be their mask.
Yeah.
And so it does that obviously very well, because you thought right off the bat, that's what they are.
Yeah.
And that's what they're playing off of.
And then you see that earlier CGI of the helmets like completely coming apart and turning into showing their human form and everything else, and seeing the guys smiling like, yeah, that's right, bitch.
Yeah, but it wasn't so bad for that time frame.
No, it was good for 94.
That it was off-putting.
No, actually, the special effects in this were actually really good. The sets itself, like when they first go through the gate and they're walking out of that fucking pyramid, and the whole pyramid set was just great. And even the fucking the race set. What was the name of the race? The
Egyptians?
No, the humans that the slaves or whatever.
Egyptians.
Would you call? Was that what they were? Egyptians?
They were, but then
they came from Egypt.
Yeah,
so they were Egyptians, but they were
Abydosians. I mean, I guess
I don't know. I didn't know if there was a race
They're
name
humans.
or something like
They
that.
really didn't say what they were.
Yeah.
I thought the sets were.
I would
very
assume they're
nice.
Egyptians because they came from Egypt thousands of years ago.
They still
But it was
speak
still an
ancient
alien
Egyptian.
but it was still an alien language. Though.
But
No, it was
an
an
ancient
early-
Egyptian, but
early
different dialect.
Egyptian that got lost in translation.
Okay.
So think about how different. So reading Shakespeare.
Yeah.
All right. That's in English, right?
Yes.
All right. How much our language has transcended over just a few hundred years? How much that language would change over
So
thousands
you're saying it's
of
like a
years.
different version of Egyptian,
Yes,
basically.
and also
Yeah.
considering you had ancient Egyptian, so Daniel knows how to read ancient Egyptian, but
And speak it.
ish. You didn't have anybody that actually knew for sure how to speak ancient Egyptian. It was all believed to be, and that's
No, it's still been preserved.
but it's you've managed to tell somebody, you managed to tell Ragnar managed to tell Ron managed to tell Adam managed to tell me, I managed to tell, it's
fair,
it's word of mouth,
yeah,
and then it gets fucked up over,
so as
over
it's
years
a game of telephone.
Yeah,
exactly.
as he described, it's an ancient dialect, or it's a dialect of ancient Egyptian. I didn't know how to pronounce it. Yeah. Once you figure out the vowels, though, it's pretty much fine.
Yeah, I mean, he saw it from the holographics, the holographics,
hieroglyphics.
Hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
Thank you. But no, I seriously, because when you we watch this with subtitles, because Sammy always has to watch
these
with
jelly beans are
subtitles.
good.
Yeah, because there's no spicy ones.
I have
in
no
there.
fear right now. I'm just able to enjoy it. I'm happy.
Yeah, every single fucking show in the past was like, got a fucking spicy one, put it on the fucking table and everything
I'm so
else.
fucking mad every single time.
It's like, fuck you, Ron.
Anna wanted me to bring a box of spicy ones and hide them in there for you.
Thank you for not.
I don't think I've seen that much. I don't think I've seen that much hate in his face in a long time.
I thought Anna liked us.
Fucking Anna hates me. Fucking bringing watermelon shit and everything else that added our fucking barrel of punishment. It's like, I got some treats for you. I'm like, oh, great, watermelon. Why, thank you. Fuck.
We heard it, your favorite.
So back to the characters. The idea that Daniel, and they do delve on into the series, nobody believes this motherfucker. He's laughed out of every major institution.
I think he's even homeless,
He's
too.
homeless at the time of this, living out of his fucking car.
Yep.
But he's right. He's right. And then he finds out he's right and goes live off another fucking planet for a fucking couple years.
He's got a hot bitch to be with him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah.
Which also, that's what I find a little fucked up. He was so against the idea of it, and then like, oh, no, I thought you didn't want me. Oh, no, of course I want you. I'm taking you as my wife because you were told to be mine now. So let me go ahead and just reassure you, even though it's still fucking goddamn arranged marriage.
And then the dude closes the curtain.
All right.
She liked him. It's cool.
She liked him because he was so fucking different.
I've seen her in other
It's
movies.
not why you're wanted. It's that you're wanted. All right.
But then when he comes back, people he's basically forced to live inside of under the veil of secrecy, because everything that he knows is super fucking top secret.
I was actually going to buy something for the show.
So
I
he was
completely forgot.
living, so everybody in his
Take Fives,
old life, and like still think he's a fucking moron, and he's insane, and he can't say, I'm right. He can't fucking let anybody know I'm right. They all look at him like a pathetic fucking loser.
So
has anybody ever had a Take Five bar?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I actually was going to buy those for the show, and I completely forgot.
So that's actually my father's prior military. He was all but on the knees begged by the U.S. Air Force to work at a particular Area 51. Like 6 or 7 times, different offers within 6 months. And that's why he didn't do it. It's because there's no way to have a personal life when you are on a facility like that. You're gone for 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks at a time. You come back home for maybe a week. You can't talk about shit.
But at least the flights are short.
No, because we were living in Maryland, and he'd have to fly to Arizona and then hit the red line and then go to S4.
But the flights between there and Vegas on the planes that don't exist.
It's a red line.
To watch. It's always funny to watch them fly out. You're like, what is it? I think it's called Janus Airlines.
Yeah, Janet.
That's right.
Janet Airlines?
Oh, yeah. They have to have something.
They call so it's referenced as Janet Airlines, but they call it the red line because it's just a 747 with a big red line down the back. But that's what they fly the employees into S4 on. So, but that was the big thing because he's a very well accomplished computer engineer, and he'd probably would have been great to do that. But there's no way to have a home life.
Yeah.
And that's what Daniel was running into. He was a weird guy that showed up, and now he's like, I'm right. Who can I tell?
Not a damn.
Fuck all.
Yeah.
You can tell the rock you found on that new planet you just showed up at, and that's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
What did you think of the Oh, I guess he would be called like the leader of the Egyptian race. What did you think of him?
The
bald dude.
Oh yeah, the not priest, but yeah, the leader.
I thought he was more of a leader.
I thought he did. I thought he did well. I thought he did really well.
Yeah.
Such a society that you for thousands of years have been able to weren't allowed to read or write and pass information along that way. He knew enough to fear these gods, and then somebody that shows up with the god symbol and definitely didn't fucking come from around here. Let's treat him with respect. Let's treat him with reverence. Otherwise, gods get mad. Gods fuck shit up.
Yeah,
that's all he knows. That's all he's experienced. And then when push came to shove, he's like, nope, these aren't fucking gods. They are fucking mortals. Let's stand up for my people.
Yep.
Ron, is that an unopened, in cling wrap VHS copy of Alien?
Yes, it is. Gift from Nick.
Pete Davidson might fight you over that.
Yeah, he bought that at a
Pete Davidson will hit you with his mighty dick.
Now, so do you know the story on that?
He collects them.
Yeah,
yes.
no, he got a hair up his ass one day and bought every unopened VHS tape he could find on Earth. He's got like 6,300 of them, all shoved in his assistant's fucking dining room or some shit like that.
Really?
Oh, okay. I had to bring this up. French Stewart.
Weird. That's weird.
French Stewart. Third Rock from the Sun.
Yeah.
Would you
First
ever?
major motion picture.
That was so weird.
It was weird
seeing
seeing him in this type of role as the one of the soldiers.
It
You ever
was.
seen Third Rock from the Sun?
What were you saying?
John Lithgow.
This one, he's a human going to an alien planet.
Yeah, and then the Third Rock, the show that made him, he's an alien coming to Earth. He just switched roles completely.
Yeah.
And it made more sense.
Yeah.
It definitely made more sense.
He fit better.
He fit for the role, and also that other dude that
John Lithgow.
No. Inside the movie, the one that got killed being shot up, and he was like the really looked like a dumb one or something like that.
He was in Stripes.
You're talking about Nareb?
Yes.
Nareb? He's fucking awesome. Okay, he was the town idiot.
I was so happy to see him fucking die. I was so happy to see him
loved
die.
Nareb. He was cool.
He was so goddamn
stupid.
special.
I think.
All right.
I wonder if it was Scar's brother or just the town idiot that Scar adopted.
It was everybody's little brother. All right, like, oh, this fucking idiot. Pat him on the head.
But he was funny.
He was
awesome.
the lighter. It's like, he's like, oh, it's fire. Yeah, dumbass.
The thing is, everyone can relate to that guy in the neighborhood.
Yes. And we all fuck with him, but we're also like, nobody can really fuck with him.
No, you can't call him an idiot. He's my idiot.
Exactly.
I'm gonna walk away right now.
Ron,
you're our idiot.
You are not.
Do you feel left out?
No, you are not.
Picking on you.
I know. I was just kidding.
Are you being jealous? We're talking about somebody else stupid.
I know.
Is that it? Are you being jealous?
I want to be
Don't
your
worry,
idiot.
You're still ours. I got a lighter. You want to see what's hot?
I'm simple.
No one can pick on you but us, okay?
Oh yeah.
And all of our
Sammy.
audience.
And Sammy.
And all of our audience.
And snow a lot.
That's right, Ron. This is your village.
You are the special one.
This is.
Hey, you have better eyebrows.
It takes a village in your.
You have
Those things were fucking.
You have better
Those
eyebrows
things
than
were on
our
point for being crazy.
Fucking huge.
How do you tell face was just like something's wrong with that motherfucker?
I know he's been in something else. I gotta look it up. I'll be right back.
He has been. He was in. Oh fuck.
I thought he was at one point. I thought he was a dwarf in the movie, but he was actually taller than he. I thought he was a dwarf. He had a. I'm not going to say anything. It's going to make me sound like a.
Oh, not Nareb, Nabe.
Midget hits him.
Nabe.
Midget hits him. That's your word. Yeah,
it works, fucker.
It does.
No, nothing that.
I don't. Has he been in anything else?
Nothing that I saw.
He does look,
but
familiar,
he looks
though.
fucking stupid familiar.
Yeah.
So.
Giannon Loeffler. Yes, he's been in a few different things.
Yeah,
but it's something that we know about.
He played a prisoner.
In
what? That doesn't help if he just
hold on a minute.
Played a prisoner.
He was in Little Noises, Robber Girls, South of Hope Street.
Never heard of.
Animals with Saints and Sinners.
Saints and Sinners sounds familiar.
That's a video game. Or no, that's Saints Row.
His
Saints and Sinners is also
his
the title
pic-
of another video game.
It is, right?
Yeah.
His
Okay,
IMDb
thought so.
picture
Is it
is
Walking Dead? Saints and
fucking
Sinners, I
weird.
think?
Huh?
I think it's The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners.
What the fuck was that?
The hell was that?
That was your ice machine.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I don't
Shot. I'm
think
joking. I'm
so.
joking.
No.
Okay, anyway, that's crickets
Wow,
right
this is
there.
All right.
Cricket sound.
Okay. Who was your guys' favorite character?
Nabe.
Wow. Wow. If you say Nabe, Ron, I am not going to be shocked.
No.
It's Daniel.
Not my
I fell
favorite.
for that motherfucker.
No, Daniel steals the show.
Okay, what was
movie, or are
the
you talking shit?
Movie.
what was the dude that
Movie.
went down the elevator with Spader and he was part of the crew and he was I think he's like
Yeah.
over the second command.
Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed him, especially when he.
not Shakara.
I don't remember his name, but I enjoyed him. But if Kurt Russell was, I really liked his lines when he pulls the gun out on the one of the soldiers of the aliens or whatever they call it. I liked Kurt Russell, but I really liked that character, the second in command. I think he's like
Anubis.
No, it
was Anubis. No,
definitely wasn't Anubis. Absolutely fucking was not Anubis.
No?
Shit. Now I gotta fucking
No, he's
look
talking
it up.
about the humans.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he's talking about military second command.
okay.
John Deal. He's
yeah, he was
Charles
Kowalski.
Kowalski.
There you go.
Yeah, Kowalski.
Yes.
I actually
Why is there always a Kowalski?
I liked him
Doesn't
because
he play the role on that character returns?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
so he's on the show.
Yeah.
Well,
the
see,
character
is.
The character.
well, his character basically has got like almost like a secondary story where he's with all the soldiers and stuff like that, and he becomes friends with the kids, the teenagers that kind of help them out and stuff like that. I actually liked him a lot, and he hated Spader, Daniel, in the beginning, but then in the end he shook his hand and said a big thank you when they were saying their goodbyes and stuff like that. But I actually enjoyed his character, but I also enjoyed Kurt Russell's. What was Kurt Russell's name?
Jack O'Neill.
All right, Jack. I liked Jack a lot. I thought Jack was a good character, and I thought he was actually. I thought he was
in the
gonna,
movie. It was one L.
1L, yeah.
In the
I
movie,
thought
it's
he was
one L.
gonna
In the
die.
film, or the series was two L's to the point. That's O'Neill with two L's.
I thought he was going to die, though. I thought he was actually going to go with the ship, but he actually comes back, and I was actually shocked by that because Daniel asked him, "Are you going to be okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be all right." Because he just got over, and I think he connected with that younger kid because of his.
He never gets over. You can't
in the
ever
series.
get over.
You say, yeah,
you
but
can't ever get over something.
Now is that kid
that tragic?
That's is he a part of the series too?
Yes.
Okay.
Not like a
big character.
Not like a regular. He is a semi guest.
Okay.
But he does last through the entire series.
Yeah.
Really? Even into is it Arc of Truth? No, Continuum. He's in that movie.
Really?
Yep.
Yes.
Now, does he still become like really good friends with the Jack character?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. See, that I think that's pretty cool because he kind of connected with him because losing his son.
Most of the series, he's not because he has been, and you find this out in, I think the second episode that he gets taken over. That he gets
by one of the aliens.
Yes, he gets a gold in him.
Do they take it off of him, or does he become?
That's.
Now I gotta watch this. I'm gonna have to watch.
Ongoing thing throughout the entire series.
Like I said, you guys won me over. I'm really gonna watch the series.
And he is
so much.
Yeah,
so much,
dude. So Gian Loeffler that plays Nabe, he is fluent in German, English, Dutch, and French, and like this dude is really well educated, and he played the fucking town idiot.
Well, he fucking better be.
Kind of reminds me of Leonardo DiCaprio in the What's Eating Gilbert
like
Grape.
fucking Mr. Bean.
Does he still?
You don't go full
always
retard.
look like something special with him?
Yes.
Okay.
You do not go full retard.
Nope. Everyone knows that.
Now, Skara is also one of only two characters that goes from the actor from the movie into the series.
Oh, so he's actually the original.
Yes,
That's
Alexis,
cool.
Alexis Cruz is actually.
So what actors from this movie are in the series other than him and
only? I know for sure two. I feel like there's a third one of the military guys in the beginning. That were coming in and giving details. I really feel like there's a third because he seemed really familiar and just watching it. But for sure, two of them. So the leader of the people.
Okay.
Like you were talking about.
Oh, so he was in the series?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
And the guy.
Shara or Skara.
Skara.
Yeah, Skara. Thank you.
Well,
Because you have Kasuf is the leader.
Well-
Skara is the guy. Shara is Daniel's wife.
Yeah.
And then Nabe.
well,
Nabe.
going back to your question of favorite character, we need Ragnar's and Adams, and also yours. So, how about you, Ragnar?
I'm gonna actually have to go with Spader's character.
You like Daniel?
Daniel.
Okay.
Yeah, he did a very good job, I think, in playing a unbelieved geek, dweeb, an unbelieved
the tent
dweeb.
scene
Huh?
where he's walking through. Oh, this is a really nice tent.
You know what?
Oh, we all get that.
You know what this No. You know what the Daniel character reminds me of is the character in the animated Disney movie Atlantis.
Kind of. Yeah.
You ever think of that?
Okay.
The Atlantis.
What is his name?
So that
Milo. Yep.
in the series, Daniel kind of does turn into fucking Milo. He kind of turns into a badass.
Yeah.
Because he actually stays. He stays with the race.
Yeah.
Just in Atlantis. The Atlantis. I just thought
Like-
of that because
So you're saying
The Resident
Disney's
Dweeb.
Atlantis just was a ripoff of Stargate.
it could have been.
I still need a live action. I need a
You
live
don't want to see
action.
that bitch. You don't see that bitch.
Actually, that's not a bad. That's actually an animated movie I don't mind.
So good.
I don't mind that one. That one's actually
Fucking love the
decent.
Frenchman.
I love Leonard Nimoy. Leonard Nimoy's in that one.
I'm got about eight
voice.
sticks of
Another one
dynamite,
with
some
Treasure
matches.
I've only seen bits and pieces of that.
Really?
one. Yeah,
I thought
Treasure Planet
was fucking.
Treasure
awesome.
Planet is fucking
I
amazing.
know. I remember you saying that.
All
you,
it is fucking,
Treasure
Treasure Island, but with fucking space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
Everything
so
goes
good.
to space.
Yeah. Is Titan
But
AE good?
It's the soundtrack.
Titan AE good?
It's not bad.
I mean, it's sci-fi, but I know it's like Don Bluth and like animated. But no, the Atlantis. I think it's. You're right. It probably takes the same story of Stargate when you think about it. But also the character.
Just
it
like-
takes some
okay, so
pieces
it's the
of
same
it.
It's
general idea.
arguable for a lot of things.
Yeah, just like
so-
Avatar, same situation.
As Pocahontas.
All right.
Yeah.
Pocahontas, same situation. Everything. This is a story that's been told
Yeah,
time
36
and time and time.
You
and
got
time and
36
time.
plot lines, man.
Adam,
Yeah.
who's your favorite character?
I'd probably say Daniel.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's just from seeing how he arcs, it's hard to see it just from the movie standpoint because of how much I've watched the shows.
Yeah.
And I've actually watched, I think, the entire series 3 times now. And just seeing how he arcs through the entire series.
Yeah.
It's just hard to separate the two.
Right.
But even in just the movie,
Okay.
I think Spader did a very good job with him.
Yeah,
Okay.
he goes from mullet dweeb to Mr. Steal Your Girl. I'm not gonna lie. But
He doesn't do like a badass in the series, like he. or
the series, yeah, he does.
He becomes a
100%.
badass.
he becomes like a warrior type thing.
Oh, not only that, but he dies, he comes back.
Then he becomes an ascended being.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's like, I'm
bring
gonna
him back
break
to
the
life?
rules of the fucking
Yeah.
universe because you're my team. We're gonna go, be homies. Like,
Yeah, they don't bring him back to life. He somehow, like I said, throughout the series, he ascends to a higher
plane of existence. Just force fucks his way back into the physical realm, and it's kind of badass.
Yeah.
There's really no other way to explain it.
Stu, how about yours?
Mine would probably be Skara, the boy.
Scar is awesome,
Yeah.
and his role in the series is phenomenal.
I'm just taking out from the series.
He was
this is a
brave,
fucking
too.
a teenager who saw shit was fucking
I don't know. I just
wrong.
went up.
Believed in this hope that he immediately recognizes as fucking hope after he turns around and runs the fuck away. He's like, oh my fucking God. And fucking dips the fuck out, but then recognizes the hope that these people represent and embraces it. He's like, you know what? Fuck it. This gives me hope to stand up to this injustice and do what I can fucking do. And I'm willing to fucking die to do it. And he was getting ready to fucking die until Big Papa fucking rolls up over them dunes with a fucking clan of fucking people.
Oh, yeah, he was pissed that the other guy Kowalski was giving up.
Yeah,
I mean Kowalski was hey stop trying to make him stop shooting at him, and he was mad that he was giving up.
Yep.
He
Yeah.
wanted to fight to the death.
So
Skara's got some fire in him.
Yeah, I respected the fuck out of that. And then what he does in the show is, something like that. But No, I thought just in that film alone, he showed a great growth of character, a believable, a rooting for character that you did not know a word that he was fucking saying until they fucking subtitled it. But you knew what he was fucking saying. You knew what his motivations were. The entire
it was a bunch of group of teenagers that basically became, they were very brave and they wanted to be here. They were basically almost like the heroes.
Oh my God, it was Egyptian Red Dawn.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's good.
Fuck.
That's a good comparison. Yes.
And they just went ahead and fucking stood up for what they believed in.
But they just yelled Wolverines in Egyptian.
They were the off-world America.
Yeah.
Standing up to this godly force.
I can dig it.
And fucking throwing their dicks down. The fucking
No,
thing.
honestly, though, this is like the quintessential American military movie.
Yeah.
Because we roll in, we fuck shit up, we kill a god, we go back home.
No.
That's how we roll, motherfuckers.
No,
everything up to us go back home. Once we break it, we're there. We're fucking there in the real world.
No,
all right, we're like, fuck.
No,
all right, now we're here for another 50 goddamn years.
All that happens is this. Where's the oil? Where's the oil?
But that, there was so much hope in this fucking film. There was a clear-cut bad guy, clear-cut good guys that had fucked up motivations and stuff like that, but they were clear-cut.
Played by the actor who was in The Crying Game.
Yeah. I mean, so him, that motherfucker right there.
He quit acting, too.
Good.
No, I'm going to say this. The fucking continuous shot of him where the camera was staring at him, there was probably like 10 shots where it's just him just standing looking at the camera. Like, constantly would just go right back to him. He's just looking at the camera. Constant over and over and over again.
Well, when you were talking about the effects, the one effect that bothered me the most is
his eyes.
when he went from having his helmet on to not. All the other characters had a suit to where it made sense that it retracted into the suit.
Yeah. Where'd his go?
His just like you just saw it just kind of like fade behind his head and
Yeah,
gone.
I got
and there
that
was
too.
nothing
Yeah.
back there.
Yeah.
And it just,
Like dissolved
the
instead.
effect of it was just weird. That's the only one that really got me was just like, where did his helmet go?
I hated him as a villain. I thought he was a kind of a weak villain, in my opinion.
All right.
I hope they made it better on the TV show than they did in the movie.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Once you understand the actual
They said,
and
man,
he's not the villain.
They were like,
he's dead.
Raw,
He fucking dead.
was like a 2 out of 10. Let's turn it up to 12.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then every time they would
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Now, Apophis lasted for a few seasons. All right. And then kept coming back.
Well, Apophis was another one that lasted to the end.
Yeah.
Because in the movie,
But I'm talking
at the end
about
of the
when he was
series-
the big, as far as being the big swinging dick, it was for a couple seasons.
But who's the guy that got decapitated?
That was just one of his guards.
All right, so that
one
wasn't
of
a
his
guy-
Jaffa.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was an Anubis.
That was
I
Anubis.
believe.
Yeah.
But he was like one of the stronger
So-
of his guards.
That was his number one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going against Jack.
Yes.
no, that wasn't Anubis.
It was
Yeah.
an Anubis Jaffa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you had Apophis become the big swinging dick for a handful of seasons, and then they remove his power, and they think they kill him, and so what you find out he's not, because nobody says that in TV.
Yeah.
Nobody says that.
Especially not Daniel.
Yeah.
People always come back.
So
fucking Picard came back.
then
Lost
they
heart
bring
attack.
in the next big fucking bad, and they bring in the next big bad, and then they find out that there's a whole group of these motherfuckers that are getting ready to wreck shit. Then the whole other alien race all together.
And then there's Rebel Goa'uld
yeah.
that are trying to kill all the warlords, and you're like, whoa, okay.
Yep. But
It's funny we keep going back to the TV
because
series.
that's where the story actually
That's the meat and potatoes, man.
Well, this story is very simple. It's a very simple
This was
story.
an appetizer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
a
really what it was. It was a
that's
screen test.
That's a good anagram?
Analogy.
Sorry.
It was a good anal. Yep.
I was good anal? I thought you said good anal. I was like, what the
He did.
He did
I
say
did.
good
I
anal.
did.
Making fun of you.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Don't worry. You want my lighter?
I already did that on Mortal Kombat, so fuck you.
One of the creators was Brad Martin, right?
Yeah.
Do Does anybody know? Did he have beyond the movie the idea? I'm just wondering if this was his introduction, saying, "I'm going to create the movie and then see how it goes from there." I was wondering if he had, or if just the movie got. Well, because you said the movie wasn't well received.
No, it wasn't.
So
I can even show up the Rotten Tomatoes for it. Hold on one second. But I know it's got a better user score. It got, let me see here, Stargate. God damn, there's Stargate Origins, Catherine Stargate, The Ark of Truth, Stargate. God damn, there's so much fucking Stargate.
Brad Wright.
All right.
Right.
Generally, that's a good indication.
You know what?
That's a good story.
That's not bad. It's still rotten. It got a 53% for critical review. For audience score, it got a 73%. So this is a very well-respected movie.
Still a good movie.
I don't think Brad Wright created.
I thought he was one of the creators
of Stargate. Brad Wright was one of the creators of the TV show. I don't think he was involved with the film.
No, Roland Emmerich is actually the writer.
Yeah, I don't think he was involved with the film.
Emmerich was actually the writer of it. Okay,
Roland Emmerich was the writer, and Dean Devlin, who's actually done. Let's see, he did Moon 44. He did Geostorm. He did Independence Day Resurgence, Flyboys. He did Eight-Legged Freaks, The Patriot, Universal Soldier: The Return, Godzilla. He's done a lot of Roland Emmerich's films.
So Brad Wright, obviously, and his he's a co-creator, so I forget his partner. They saw Stargate, like, this is a really fucking cool idea.
Okay,
let's take this idea.
Let's take it, run with it.
Run.
They took the concept of the Stargate. Well, you said that they continued with the story, but they continue it in a better way than what the movie was.
Yeah,
they fleshed out the story more. They gave you more content than what the movie did. The movie was just like an enjoyable action adventure film.
Well, that's what the TV shows always do, though.
Yeah.
You know,
that's the benefit of long form storytelling.
Yeah. You get so much more into it than
it's
doing
a lot
like a
rarer.
movie and then a sequel to it.
Is there what other movies are there? Actually, that's a good question. What other movies are there like Stargate where that it made a TV series that was better?
That's a rarer occurrence that you had a TV show spawn a television series, then a television series spawn. I'm sorry, a movie.
Usually, a television series spawns a movie.
Yes, that's a rarer occurrence.
Which is weird because the movie wasn't respected as much in the past, but it came with such a popular series. It's just crazy how much of a fan base it got, but maybe the fan base was the people that watched the original Stargate. But I don't know. It's just it's kind of strange, and how a not well received movie became such a popular TV show.
Fargo,
that's better than the movie.
I can say necessarily it's better than the movie, but
I know it
launched a kick-ass series.
Yeah,
Teen Wolf, which
Cobra
I never
Kai.
watched the series.
Yeah, oh fuck,
Cobra Kai. Yeah, Karate Kid launched Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, there was an Uncle Buck TV show. I never saw that.
There was a Friday the 13th show and a Nightmare on Elm Street show.
Westworld, that was a movie first. That was a movie first.
Believe it or not, that's a series I could not get
Buffy.
into.
Yes,
there you go.
Buffy,
that's a good one right there.
That's a great one right there.
Which spawned multiple shows.
Yeah,
Alien
Angel.
Nation.
I think
Alien Nation,
Angel.
which we talked about earlier.
What else was there? Charm. Was Charm a part of it?
Oh yeah, Limitless. Yeah,
Limitless spawned a TV show.
Yep.
The one with Michael McConaughey?
Not Michael McConaughey. That was
who was it?
Army of Darkness.
No.
Yeah.
Evil Dead spawned
Evil
Evil
Dead.
Darkness. God, what was the name?
Clerks.
No. God damn it! Why?
Chucky.
Twin Peaks. No, Twin Peaks was a TV show that spawned a movie. Well, no, the movie was a prequel to.
Oh,
Twin
motherfucking Black Dynamite.
Bradley Cooper. Yeah.
Peaks. Firefly.
Yeah.
Firefly spawned Serenity.
That was the other way around.
That was the other way around.
No, it was
Animal House.
Yeah. TV
yeah,
show.
You're right.
and
You're
then-
right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
But motherfucking Black
Yeah,
Dynamite
was,
came in.
from Delta House.
Yeah.
Did y'all ever see the Black Dynamite cartoon?
Yes.
Yes.
The Exorcist. No, it's the same.
Blade?
Yeah.
There was a Blade TV series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You seem so impressed about it.
It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
There's a lot of them.
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Heartbreak Kid. Hercules.
Oh, Godzilla brought up-
Highlander.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Highlander.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Duncan MacLeod. Yeah,
Yep.
I watched that series with my dad. I fucking love that series.
King Kong. Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda made a series?
Yeah.
That was a kid show.
Lilo and Stitch.
What the fuck?
Okay, that's Disney.
Limitless.
Television adaptation of The Crow, Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
It's not good.
Fucking Crow sequels are horrible.
Yeah.
City of Angels and Salvation, fucking god awful.
Monsters Inc.
Okay, are we counting the cartoons?
Yeah.
I mean, guess we can.
We got Beetlejuice. We got Ghostbusters.
Well, okay, there's a Back to the Future. I mean, there's a shitload
He's not
of those.
wrong.
Yeah,
There's a shitload of those.
If you're counting cartoons, there's a
lot.
fuck ton.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber?
There's a lot of these.
There was a Dumb and Dumber TV series?
Yep.
So you got Stargate, then you got Star Wars.
Animated Dumb and Dumber series.
Rebel. Yep.
Emperor's
Star Wars.
New
Star
Groove.
Wars ones. Yep. And, okay, that's more
The
Disney.
Exorcist.
Yep.
Friday the 13th.
Taken. Terminator.
You said the Sarah Chronicle.
Tremors.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, you said the Sarah Connor Chronicles was really good.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. That was a really cool spin.
It's kind of funny on how many
Bueller's Day Off had 13 episodes of Ferris Bueller.
they did a Bill and Ted
Indiana
series
Jones.
too. Yeah.
So on and so on and so forth.
Young Indiana Jones Chronicles were fucking good.
No, that was good.
I watched that in the
I'm talking about
90s.
Ferris Bueller.
That was
The
one of
Dead
my.
Zone. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good
That
one.
was a good one.
Yes. Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, though, that was a favorite of mine. Those were fun.
But most of these are one season and done.
Yep.
Yeah, we're saying. There were like not even full seasons. Most of them were canceled really fucking quick.
Clerks.
Yeah.
From Dusk
Clerks, the
Till
animated
Dawn?
series.
Yeah.
I think it was only like 6 episodes.
From Dusk Till
Yeah,
Dawn?
that was a good one. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah. The Clerks was only like 6 episodes, I believe.
But no, there's
a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the fact that this one spawned multiple series.
It fucking
Just people fell in love.
How many series altogether?
5 series, 2 direct to DVD movies.
Jesus Christ.
390 episodes.
That's fucking crazy. That's a lot.
As of now.
Yeah. It's crazy how many there was, man. How many TV shows? I mean, how many
It
series
makes me
it
sad
spawned?
seeing Richard Dean Anderson these days.
What, he's looking
He
rough?
looks a little rough. Yeah, he looks a little rough.
Yeah, he does.
Because I fucking grew up with O'Neill, and I'm like, oh.
Did Quantum Leap ever come from a movie?
No.
That was a fun series, though. Quantum Leap
It's
was
back.
good. They have a new
Hell
one?
of an effect budget.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's actually, I'm enjoying it.
Is it
right
good?
now.
Quantum Leap was
It's in
great.
its second season. I'm enjoying
I
it.
thought it only had one.
The second season just started.
Oh, okay.
What was the one
I
with
thought
the,
it
what was the one with
and
the
done.
talking car with
Kit?
Knight
Rider.
Rider.
Knight Rider.
Knight Rider? That was a good show.
That shit's awesome.
That shit was good.
And then we just made Tesla out of it instead.
God damn.
You know, that'll catch on fire and blow up while you're driving.
Yeah.
I don't know how old this picture is.
Damn, he got fat.
Is it?
That's MacGyver.
I think that's.
So he's the.
old-
You said he plays Jack Russell's character, or
Kurt Russell, Jack O'Neill.
Jack O'Neill.
why did I get Jack Russell? Well,
He's a
Jack.
terrier.
He's not a fucking dog.
Yes. All of your lines are, "Arr, arr."
He got a dog in him.
MacGyver was a good show.
It was.
That was a fun show. Early 80s, 90s.
He could make
show.
anything out of a bottle cap and that wrapper.
It was a huge.
I don't know why. I always think like Richard Dean Anderson and Scott Bakula are kind of the same genre of human.
They are.
They are.
Okay, yeah,
That's
Scott Bakula, Quantum
I get
Leap,
them mixed up.
Star
Yeah.
Trek Enterprise.
And let me tell you, one of them has
What's-
aged way better.
The next one that he did.
NCIS New Orleans.
There you go.
Yeah.
I also always loved his movie Lord of Illusions. Clive Barker's Lord
Yeah.
of Illusion. I love that movie. Good. It's a good fuck. I love Clive Barker.
Scotty B is awesome.
I loved Scott on Chuck.
You know what's disappointing though?
Child's
Yeah.
Play.
Yeah.
Child's Play.
Child's Play, another movie
There
that
you go.
went
We
said that
awesome TV
earlier.
series.
Yep.
Okay, I didn't hear you say it. I'm sorry.
You didn't hear it.
I apologize.
You said it, jerk.
I didn't hear it.
He was
said it?
probably talking over you.
He probably was.
I wasn't talking
Son of
over
a
him.
bitch.
You fuck you.
Fucking
I wasn't
rude ass.
talking over him.
Oh, 30 Days of Night.
Man,
That was a series?
I didn't see that one.
They
that's a
had-
good
I saw the
movie.
Yeah.
I didn't see the series.
They had a series too. It wasn't bad.
Really interesting.
It was them like moving on to San Diego and just fucking shit up.
Jack Ryan.
The fuck?
I started out
Yeah.
with books, though.
Yeah,
But it's,
I
the
mean-
movies were first.
Books were first.
books were first though.
You know what Crystal kept saying while we were
Oh.
watching the movie?
Jack Reacher series is good.
Okay, I have not
They got
started
season
season
two
2
yet.
yet.
Yeah, it's
my
pretty
dad
good.
got me
Season
into
2
that.
hasn't
They're-
started yet.
Yes, it has.
yeah.
Oh, it has.
Yes.
Matter of fact, episode 5 dropped today. I
Have you-
watched that before I came over.
that
Fuck,
show.
I didn't even know it started yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That show is good. I'm watching
Son
that
of a
one. That
bitch.
one's good.
Yeah, they dropped 3 episodes
Good
on
show.
like 3 weeks ago.
By the way,
then they
Chase,
dropped an episode last week, and then this
Really?
final season.
I gotta
drops.
catch up.
I know.
First season was
Okay.
good as shit. I like the first one.
You
Evan,
keep going back to the fucking TV shows.
Evan that plays Rald, he posted a picture of like Rald's collar and fucking bandana, and he was like, "I'm in tears. I can't believe it's over." I'm like, "I'm fucking gonna miss you guys."
I watched it. It's a nice send off.
Yeah.
It's a nice send off.
But
Sorry.
going again, like you said, we keep going to the TV show. When it went from the movie to the TV show, the
Sorry.
Air Force actually signed off on the TV show.
I don't know.
Really?
And they're heavily influenced on the show. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Matter of fact, the gate moved from Creek Mountain, which doesn't exist,
Right.
to Cheyenne Mountain. So it's under NORAD now.
Yep. Wow.
It looked like it was under NORAD.
Like in real world.
So yeah,
It doesn't look like the same entrance. It's matter of fact, it's not the same entrance. And it actually says Creek Mountain, Colorado.
yeah,
does it? I
yeah.
missed that.
The Cheyenne Mountain facility that you see is the actual U.S. military installation, Cheyenne Mountain. It's an underground base, bunker used for nuclear fallout.
Yeah.
It's NORAD.
Yeah, but the Air Force actually signed off and helped out with the making of Stargate.
Interesting.
That's
Which
really
they
cool.
didn't talk about when they're trying to figure out, when referencing back in the show, Wormhole Extreme. They were coming in as military advisors to the show, so it was just following the same story. It's like, how much of this is real? It's a little fucking convenient.
I bet you it's fairly accurate, possibly.
Well, do we have to worry about some fucking pyramid shit coming down here?
So you actually had me pull a clip for the sound effect.
Yes,
for the
I love
Stargate.
the kawoosh. The kawoosh.
The Event Horizon, sir.
It is, but it's the kawoosh.
Is that sound effect used in the series?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
This is the TARDIS sound effect for Doctor Who.
Yeah.
That this is the Stargate equivalent. It's just there's something special there.
And you can't be standing in front of it when it opens.
Yeah,
I won't lie. That scene alone.
Yeah, so what happens?
you get atomized.
Bye-bye.
Oh, do you really?
Wait, whoa. What
Yeah.
happens?
If you're standing in front of it, the kawoosh, when
It dissolves
You're
you
gone.
when it comes into contact
You're gone.
at
That's
an
in the
atomic
series?
level.
Oh,
Really?
that's fucking
That's
cool.
weird.
Because
it's a
because
big,
that
powerful
initial
energy force.
that initial splash
Yeah, that
out
makes
is
sense.
an
Yeah. Makes sense.
unstable wormhole that's dematerializing everything.
Yeah.
I have
So
to
it just-
admit, the watery effect that it has is beautiful, and also with the score and everything, just that scene itself when the gate first opens is a beautiful scene. It's very sci-fi-ish. That's what I fucking love about
So
it.
really interesting thing with that is possibly the most realistic expectation, except for the shape of a wormhole. Because in actual theoretical physics, if you're able to stabilize a wormhole for the use of transporting, it would actually show up more of a spherical bubble. You probably wouldn't be able to create a horizon disk like that, but it would most likely visually appear very undulous, much like the surface of water. So they did a great job with it.
Oh, yeah.
I think they did a
Yeah, but
fantastic
wouldn't it take
job.
the shape of the object that is being projected from?
More than likely, you would need something entirely around it, much like
like this.
much like a fission or a fusion device.
Yeah.
Where you have multiple energy inputs at 360 degrees because it runs on what they call the quantum foam. When you get to the subatomic level, you can create a wormhole that goes from here to here using extraordinarily immense amounts of energy, but you can't really stabilize it with what we have.
Yeah.
So they call it quantum foam because it'll pop like bubbles. It'll just kind of collapse. But if you're
Interesting.
able to stabilize it, it would probably grow and visually appear that a water surface looking, but in a spherical manner. You wouldn't really be able to stretch it out And so you could enter it from any particular direction if you could withstand the energy that was being pumped into it in the first place, which probably
I don't think you can enter it from any
the scene.
Again, it's all theoretical. We can't.
No, I'm
fucking
talking
do
about in the show. I thought it was only
you can only
they
enter
showed
from one direction.
Yeah, they only showed one.
Right. Wherein if we could create one, you could kind of approach it from 360 degrees wherever you want and
give somebody a high five as you guys are going through it.
Yeah.
The wormhole.
It would be one direction. It would be a single direction. It would just you could approach the sphere of, oh God, from here or from here. It wouldn't just be a single disc.
Well, the wormhole.
So you can't go from this way and this way at the same time.
What if two people were going in? Okay, did they say anything where one person's going to the gate on one side?
Einstein-Rosen bridge is created on black hole versus white hole theory, whereas one is creating significant gravitational pull and sucking something in. So this is, you have the singularity theory and you have the wormhole Einstein-Rosen bridge theory. Singularity theory is that a black hole is just a black hole. If you get sucked into it, everything gets fucking obliterated into a pea-sized bit of holy shit, ridiculously dense. An Einstein-Rosen bridge theory says that every black hole probably correlates to a white hole somewhere that's pumping out whatever's sucked in. So the theory stands you probably could create a wormhole like that through the quantum foam, but it would appear like a bubble. That's all I mean. You could approach it from any part, so you couldn't use like an iris like they do in the show to shield it.
Yeah,
that's all. I don't know.
Now, when you in the show, did they also have the whole like traveling, like going through that whole tube?
Yep. Oh yeah,
everything
and
else?
the awesome sound effect for it. It's just fucking screaming.
Yeah. Reminded me of Bill and Ted's.
It reminds me of
Adventure.
TIE Fighters.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
That works. But yeah, as far as it's one direction, like in the shows I will address and stuff, like they would.
Because you can fucking filibuster another one by just
exactly
dialing out.
If we know that you're, let's say you're a bad guy trying to dial into our thing, we know you're getting ready to start dialing thing. We could dial a different gate and just leave that fucker open, and you can't dial into us
for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, for until the power automatically shuts
90
down.
Minutes or
something.
No, I think it's 32. It's shorter.
Yeah, but it's a way to basically prevent that, and so you can continuously dial out if you have the timing just right. And then they would also at the same time they would. So SG-1 stands for Stargate Team 1. Yeah. All right. So just like you have SEAL Team,
because they have SG.
They have multiple
2, 3,
Stargate
4, up to 8. I think.
I think so. Multiple Stargate teams, and they would go to different worlds and explore because their main goal in the beginning is to find an oh shit planet to back up. To if something's going on here, we get attacked we need a bug out planet. Yeah, that's their main goal. If we happen to find some cool ass technology that can defend this Earth,
you're coming home with me.
Yes, exactly. That's their entire fucking point. So. They find a series of addresses, on the cartouches. They, see on Abydos. So they have those, but then they're just randomly dialing, and trying to find out what
just to see what happens.
Throwing spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks.
We know we can dial whatever combination, but it has to end with this 7th fucking symbol right here. So we'll just keep fucking trying and just have the computer set to auto dial.
Yeah, just full on Banoktarsky.
And then, because of that,
is there any time involved with this?
As far as what,
like time traveling?
Is it like time traveling, like going? Because I saw that
they touch on it as being possible.
Because I saw the trailer for the movie, or maybe I think it was one of the movies,
but requiring entirely too much energy.
Okay, because one of the movie trailer, it looked like they went back in time.
They did, yes. What happened there is that when the wormhole was created, it was too close to a sun, and it bent the wormhole. And so when it did that, it affected time.
Okay,
and so that's how they actually went back in time is because the wormhole got bent as it was going around the sun.
That's and
then they also had a situation where they dialed into a planet that was being sucked into a black hole.
Yep. And so you have the time dilation that seeped through the event horizon. It was really cool.
And the power that the black hole was shooting out was keeping that gate open. So the automatic shutdown wasn't happening the way it was fucking supposed to. And then it was getting to the point where if they weren't able to figure out a way to cut this gate, then that would have ended up feeding into and destroying everything.
Yeah, it was like having a light bulb.
They couldn't. Because it was drawing power from the power of the black hole.
It was like having a light bulb and trying to hit the off switch, but the energy was just so much it was arcing past the switch.
Just throw a bomb.
That type of thing, and that's what they did.
That's essentially what they did.
That's exactly.
Interesting.
Teal'c fucking rode a nuke. Yeah, Teal'c fucking rode a nuke into it like a badass.
But the problem was,
did he ride it like fucking Steve Buscemi and
full on? Woo!
Yeah.
And what?
Huh?
The Steve Buscemi, the.
Oh, Eddie Comp.
And fucking
Armageddon.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he was on a rappelling rope, but basically he was riding that bitch
just
in.
trying to feel the power between his legs.
Yeah.
I know we talked so much about the goddamn shows. So fucking, but once again, it goes right back to the fucking original statement. This is the mediocre absentee parent that gave birth to awesome fucking kids.
I was glad you brought that up because I was hoping you were bringing that up.
And
it totally is.
Yeah.
And so I know this is supposed to be about the movie and everything like that. So I apologize to listeners who may the 1 in 1,000 fucking people who like the movie better than the show, that this may not focus on the movie.
What are you doing with your life?
But we covered the overall plot. All right. And
it's a very simple plot.
Yeah, it's very simple, but very, very cool idea. We talked about Kurt Russell. We didn't actually go into that. So Kurt Russell didn't want to fucking do this movie. He thought it was complete horseshit when he got sent the script.
You said he was sent the first draft?
Yes.
And he sent it back.
No. So
you don't send your potential fucking client.
But they didn't know. The production company didn't know that he got sent the first draft. So they just kept offering him more and more and more money until finally he said, all right, fuck it. You want to pay me this ungodly sum? I will fucking do it.
I think it's funny with Spader because to Spader, he said this fucking script was god awful, but to me, movie making is a paycheck.
Yeah.
And he did this
fucking job
for a paycheck. Yeah. And you could definitely tell in this movie because I've seen him act in better movies. Yes, I know he said that he was good in this, but he's acting a whole lot better in other movies.
Has. I'm not saying like this is his best acting at all because it's not. It's it's mediocre.
Yeah.
It's right on par line.
But also even his phoning it in acting is still fun to fucking watch.
Yeah.
It is. James Spader is still an awesome dude to fucking watch.
Spader's always great. I never watched his show. Is Black Cat good?
Blacklist.
Blacklist is
incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I've never seen that show.
I have never seen a character be able to control a room so well as Red.
Yeah. His character, the charismatic character that he portrays in the Blacklist is fucking phenomenal.
Okay.
It's like he knows. It's funny because he knows everybody and everybody knows of him.
Right.
What is it? He's in a diner and some asshole behind him is like, I don't know, being just ungrateful to his woman. And he's like, give me a moment. He gets up, straightens his jacket, walks over to the other booth, and he sits next to him, just pulls a gun, puts it in his fucking ribs. You're going to sit here and be kind and be polite, and you're going to apologize to this young lady.
In the way that Spader delivers it.
You're going to enjoy your meal.
It's fucking amazing.
And you will tip your waitress well. And I'm never going to hear another thing about it. Takes a business card, gives it to the woman. If he ever acts in such a distasteful way again, you will contact me. There's no question. He's not saying, no, reach out to me if you need. No, it is, you're going to call me.
Yeah.
And it will be dealt with.
Yeah.
Turns to the dude. Do you understand this? Yeah. Good. I'm glad we had this talk.
That's why I was such a huge fan when he was cast as the voice of Ultron in the Avengers movie.
Well, I remember you told me how
he's
much you
very
love that.
eloquent
when
he speaks.
And he's just able to deliver such threats with such
nonchalant.
Nice words. It's just like, oh my God, that's an evil motherfucker.
I actually liked him in the movie Secretary.
and be happy about it.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
He's going to make you feel good about getting ass fucked.
Yes.
You never seen that one?
I couldn't hear you.
Secretary. Mm-hmm. He was very good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. He was in, where he played like a boss with fetishes and stuff like that for dominance and stuff like that. But also he was good in the movie Wolf with Jack Nicholson.
Yep.
He was good in that. He was in a lot of movies. But
so this was acting by the two main stars that neither one of them really wanted to fucking deal with, but it was paycheck movies. It did show through in certain scenes. So the acting wasn't great. The effects were good for the time period.
Oh yeah,
the effects were good for the time period.
No, the CGI, it was early CGI and it actually looked really good for its time, especially the gate opening. That's early CGI, and also the mask on the Anubis and all that stuff. Everything looked good. Even the model work from the ships, those were a little rough, but it was models, and I thought that was pretty cool. So it was still practical effects with the ships coming out of the also the pyramid coming down. I thought the pyramid ship was actually really fucking cool.
All of that was 1 foot scale models.
1 foot scale?
Yep.
Yeah.
The entire pyramid, the entire outer view thing, they fucking put 1 foot tall models on the fucking sand dunes. Here you go. Fucking big, ain't it?
They did a lot of model work because Independence Day, I think, was his second film after this. Universal Soldier being one of his first. But Independence Day was all model work. A little bit of CGI here and there. But, I mean, this was 90s. This was when CGI was just coming in, and everything was still practical effects mixed with CGI before everything just turned to just a CGI fest now, where a lot of directors now are leaning back into practical effects because a lot more people like practical effects better than CGI because CGI
it looks better.
Yeah, it looks more realistic with the practical effects. But I thought the special effects on this were really good. Yeah, there was no problem with it.
So, like that, we've touched on the film as much as I think it deserves to be.
Oh yeah,
it's not a greatest film ever. It's a really cool idea. It's a great popcorn flick.
It's a good movie to watch with just with the kids and popcorn and just enjoy a good little action adventure film.
Exactly. So anybody else got anything before we go into pint reviews?
No, I'm good.
Watch the fucking show. All of them.
I'll watch SG1. I'll give it a chance.
There you go. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll start to my left with our guest, Adam.
Oh, throw me to the wolves, right?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
No pressure at all.
So you know the format. You give two different reviews: enjoyment and critical.
Enjoyment of the movie. Only
the movie.
Yes,
only the movie.
That's why we had. That's right. The birth of the critical enjoyment is because you can give that different version because you can enjoy a movie, but it can critically be horribly bad.
Right.
But it still have a higher enjoyment, or you can have the other way around. Where it's your enjoyment is like, oh, this movie sucked, but critically, it's a really well done made movie.
Right.
So that's the nice thing about our 2 pint reviews.
Yeah. No, I enjoyment of the movie. I'd say a 4. I enjoy the movie. Is it the best? No, but I enjoy it, especially because of what it leads to.
Yeah.
Critical, I'd say a 3.
Okay.
Is it, like you said, is the acting the best? No. Effects are good, except for the helmet on the one. That just
on Ross
sucks me out of it just for a split second watching that because it's just like it doesn't look right. It just nothing looks right in it. So if they can't do that right, just don't have them have a helmet.
Okay.
So I'd say a 4 and a 3.
Chase?
Adam, I think you're right. I'd have to go with a 4 enjoyability because it's nowhere close to the rest of the Stargate verse, but it is good. It set the bar and allowed for this huge kickoff to what we know and love today. Critically, I think about just over marginal, so 3 out of 5 pints. I'd give for this. They conveyed the story. The costuming was phenomenal. Their presentation of a more tribal people that's kind of evolved their own culture. They did a great mishmash of what we've seen here on Earth. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. But there were some shortcomings on the acting. I would agree. As much as I love the character for Jack O'Neill and Daniel in this, they were a little bit wooden. They just didn't have their hearts in it. But they still gave an enjoyable performance. Yeah. So, critical 3.
What I love about this movie, like I said, I saw this back in the theaters, and this is a fun action adventure, but watching it from a critical view, being older, it does show a lot of signs of how it's not a good movie. It's bad writing, but the concept is great, and it gave birth to this series that you guys claim that is such a great series. So when I'm going to go for my critical first on this one, I'm probably going to give my critical, I'd say I can agree with a 3. I can agree with a 3 because, like I said, the act. Yeah, I'll stick with 3. The acting is wooden. Like I said, the story is not the best. It's a very simple, easy story. The special effects were really good for its time. For 94, that's actually really good. I mean, this came out, I think, just at 93 was Jurassic Park, and the CGI looked good and everything else, and the practical effects, the model works and everything else. The Stargate, the score was beautiful. I thought the score was very adventurous and very pulls you right into the movie. Beautiful score and everything else. But yeah, I can go with a 3. For my enjoyment, I would probably go with a 3 3/4. That's what I can go with. I'm looking forward to watching the series, though, to see where it goes from there, especially when you said that it continues the story. But there's other better sci-fi movies from the 90s that I enjoyed, like Dark City. That's one I fucking love. Fifth Element is still by far better than this. And there's, some other ones out there. But this is a very fun movie. It's not a bad movie, or it's a bad movie, but it's not like a perfect movie. It's not a, what are you laughing about? What is he doing?
Just watching Ragnar.
It's not a perfect movie, but it's not a horrible movie. It is worthy of a watch. It's recommended. And I mean, if you haven't seen this, see it. I mean, you might enjoy it, you might not. It's, like I said, it's a fun movie. So, and I would definitely watch this again. I've had many fond memories of watching this over and over again on VHS, even on DVD. I remember having it on DVD back in the day. I think it was even one of those little flip cases, the ones where it was like a cardboard case and it had the flip disc and everything.
Yep.
But seriously, it's a fun movie. So yeah, 3 3/4 and a 3. I'll go with that. So there you go.
So we'll go 3.5 for enjoyment, 3 for critical. It's a fun movie. It's on par, I think, for the time frame that it was. The actors did their job for what they were given.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell's character was probably, even though he didn't want to do the movie, so it definitely fucking showed. His, I think, was the most bland character out of all of them.
See, I thought Spader was more the bland character other than Kurt Russell's character. So that's, I can see what you mean by that.
I mean, Kurt Russell's character, he didn't have much really in the fucking movie, though.
Mm-hmm.
Minus waiting to fucking control the bomb.
Right.
James Spader's, Spader's character,
Daniel,
I think he did a fucking good job for what I think the character was supposed to be. It set the precedence for the TV show and also other fucking sci-fi movies that came out after this.
Yeah.
So I think it set a good precedence for what could happen and could be. The possibility of like what this movie could realistically entail. I'm sure there's something out there that, is hush hush. So, unless you know a guy who knows a mouse who knows somebody, you'll never find out. It's definitely worth a watch. It's a good film. It's a good film to fucking sit down and just like veg out to.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Remember Supernova?
Yes.
I had Spader in it also.
Yes.
I completely forgot about that one. It was mid-2000s movie, but I remember he played a villain in that one. He was really good in that. He was really good in that, actually. That was a fun little sci-fi movie from the mid-2000s.
Yep. Okay. All right. So for my reviews,
I'm curious about yours.
Enjoyment. For the same reasons you guys have already talked about, the wooden acting, some of the dialogue was campy. Wasn't as strong as it could be. Wasn't a big fan of Raw, the actor, the way he portrayed Raw. So the reason he had that voiceover and everything else.
Well, the Goa'uld are not exactly gender specific.
They didn't have an idea to film the voiceover in the beginning and stuff like that. After they filmed everything, they showed it. But they they had no plan on that at all till they showed everybody, and everybody's like, we don't know what the fuck's going on here. So like, all right, fuck it. We'll take the bad guy, just voice over him everything, and the subtitles will give away all the fucking plot points that the audience ain't picking up and make them seem more alien. Fuck it. And that made it better. But it was just some last minute changes, which built upon some really cool mythos that you eventually see in the show.
Yeah.
But you could tell it was never starting with a dynamite situation, and they this kind of stumbled into something cool. So enjoyment, I would give it a 3.25.
Well, we almost all have different ones.
Yeah,
3.5, 3.25,
and a quarter. It's enjoyable enough where
you'd watch it again.
Yeah, I've watched it numerous times, but a lot of it, I'm not going out of my way to watch it. If I happen to be stumbling across and nothing else good on TV, I'm like, oh, I know I can enjoy this.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Critical. Probably have to give it a 2.75 for the reasons that we've talked about.
Okay.
It could have been so much better. It really could have. The
Would
costumes
you
were awesome.
have a remake if it were available?
Right now,
Why? And the only reason I ask why
because
of the series.
Right. Yeah.
I was just
Yeah.
it would be so hard to remake.
They'd have to,
I'm kind of burnt out on remakes. I'm getting tired of
they'd
them.
have to reboot everything with the knowledge that we currently have.
So back in 2005, would you have had taken a remake?
Even in 2005, no.
Really? No, that's fair. No,
Because they
I'd say
couldn't
leave it alone.
They couldn't fit all of the big story that the long form storytelling of the shows were able to do without being a disservice. You know, because to try to fit it in an hour and a half, 2 hour long film, it'd be a disservice to
I think it would
the
change
fans
without ever watching any of the TV show.
Yeah.
I think
They
it
would-
would change everything that, just like you said, everything that you already know from what the shows have produced.
They'd probably create a
You
completely
know,
new story.
They would have to, and I think that would totally screw everything up because then if you want to carry on from like what this movie did, you would have to redo the entire fucking TV show.
The only
Probably
thing
be
I
like an
can
alternate
see
universe.
is sort of like they did with Star Trek Beyond, where they created the alternate timeline.
Yep.
All right.
Well, that was based on the Chris Pine timeline.
So doing something like that where you're not dishonoring what came before, but you are acknowledging
universe.
it and you're changing it.
Yeah, alternate universe.
So that could open up potentially new stories.
Yeah.
You think it would breathe in new life to the franchise?
That I would not say no to. I would be like, okay,
Well,
I'll give it a shot.
One way they could do it is there is a third Jack O'Neill out there.
I know. I know.
So they could always bring back.
Right.
Yes.
I know.
And he was a teenager the last time we saw him.
Yeah.
So that current O'Neill could go into the military and
That could be
join the
neat.
SG and have another. So that
Well,
could be
that
a way
would
to
work
do it,
great
but-
for a series, but I'm talking. But if he's talking about like a film situation, it to me the only way I'd give it a chance was if they did like the Star Trek Beyond alternate universe. Split the universe, and like okay,
well that's
let
becoming
me
a
see what happens.
That's
here.
actually becoming a huge trend in Hollywood now. The alternate universe,
because you're not disrespecting the past,
exactly.
and you're
It's
opening
another
the
way
door
they've found
for-
to make sequels and new movies without disrespecting. You know, it's
I don't think I'd be too mad about it.
Yeah. And because then you could revisit some storylines that were from different angles that were already established and go from there. So I'll be like, okay, I'd give that a shot. But just a straight reboot right now. No, I think it'd be a slap in the face.
I'd have to
I think it would be a slap in the face. It'd be worthless because it couldn't stand up in an hour and a half to 2 hour time frame. To the mega story that was weaved by the children of this show, or this movie. So
Have you gone on the Gate World?
no.
Okay, it's a online like forum.
Okay.
For Stargate, and you talk about different storyline ideas getting thrown out. They're all of it.
Yeah.
It's.
I'm sure
it's
there's
pretty wild.
fans writing their own scripts and everything else.
Oh yeah.
Trying to send them in. I mean, I think Star Trek's done that, where basically where they had fans bring drop scripts, and they'd actually take scripts from fans of the show and stuff like that. So I'm sure they were trying to do that for Stargate and everything.
So, thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate you being a part of this walk down memory lane.
Oh, I had a blast as being part of this Nerd Fest. It was great.
It was difficult of me to try to walk that line and reel it in from only being a show about the series.
But you know what? I think I even said to Stu, I was like, all right, let's talk about the movie. 5 minutes on the TV show.
Good luck.
That didn't work out. But you know what? It was worth it because
if you smash your clock while you're listening to us, it could be 5 minutes.
Yeah, but believe it or not, it won me over to the point where I want to watch the series. So so I'm looking forward to it.
This is why I picked this movie, is because of what it gave birth to. You know, it gave birth to a very happy part of my memories.
Yeah.
And so I have to give it the respect that it deserves because of what it gave me.
And a big thank you to Adam, being our
so
peanut gallery, to actually be a part of the show.
It was a blast.
This is great to have you part of the show and to get your first Prime reviews and everything else. This is fun. So thank you guys for.
Sorry, he came in wearing like SGU and SG1 patches on his fucking jacket.
The second I saw that, I'm like, yeah, I'm pulling him in.
And I just saw him sitting there on the couch. I was like, no, come here. Yep, come on.
I need to go ahead and, load this side of the table with my people.
Well, thank you for joining us.
While we're over here, fucking no clue on what the fuck you're talking about.
This is what we call pitching to non-believers.
Well, thank you for joining us for our BAF episode. Stay tuned for next week as we do the episode Frank Miller's Sin City, the one that I'm going to be hosting.
Or don't.
Or don't.
It's up to you.
Yeah, it's all up to you.
Please do. It's a good movie.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a fun one. But seriously, this was a fun episode, Stu. Great job hosting.
Thank you very much.
And we will see you guys next week.
Good job. No, you won't. You're not going to see any of this. Nope.
Thank you for listening to our latest episode of Season 4 of Barrel Age Flicks. If you like our show, please leave a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Guys, this helps out enormously. Give us a follow on Instagram at Barrel Age Flicks Podcast. If you would like to send us a special film request, please contact us via Instagram and we will give you a personal shout out on the show. We are also on Facebook and Twitter. Our podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Audible, Pocket Cast, Spotify, CastBox, iHeartRadio, and Pandora. Make sure you check out Barrel Age Chicks, our spin-off show where you get the girl's perspective. Subscribe to our Patreon for uncut video and early access to our podcast. Special thanks to Carl Casey at White Bat Audio on YouTube for his awesome music. This guy fucking rocks. Check him out. Want to give a shout out to Sammy, one of our guest hosts on the show who does our amazing album artwork. Thank you, Sammy. Our podcast only exists because of listeners like you. To find other great shows, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. Hope you join us for our next episode. Later, guys.